Oh, one of you made it already. Man, I fucked up. All right, what's going on? I have
Oh, one of you made it
I also have
already.
Cash App listed up there if you look down in the description.
All right, what's going on? I have
There you go. Let me cut out that background noise. What's up, my man?
What's up, bro?
Hmm.
How you doing?
Doing pretty good. Let's figure this out. Oh, Lordy. Good morning, anybody who's watching. Well, I said I was going to come out here and do a little bird watching this morning. The sun's gone up high now. I could be out back here, but I haven't seen anything. I've seen a red bird flying over there earlier, and that bird right there, and that's it. I got my extension cord out if you need to plug in. Wow. You see how great the weather is out here today? It's not even that hot out here today like it usually is. Yeah. Temperature must be starting to go down. I can't go believe it. I accidentally hit the tab to come out. Or whatever multiple buttons I had to hit. Anyway, I stayed live for about maybe an hour, whatever. When those females start showing up, then for our little get together, we'll probably be playing on the tables all day long. We have a lot of big shows coming up, so got to get a lot of people trained up, get them ready. So I'm just hanging out today. So I'm not drinking anything today. It's getting hot as a motherfucker. Hot firefly. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Do what you wanna do. Oops, I can make songs all day long. They sound good, huh? Yeah, but look at y'all didn't know I had that talent. Damn, you learn something about me every day, aren't you? So check out that scenery. Check that scenery out. It's the next door neighbor's way over there. And main reason I didn't live stream from up there on my balcony, which gives you an overall view of this whole valley little area out here, because I didn't. Well, it's not as though I didn't think about it, but I didn't want to. I just wanted to come down here and chill out in the shade. That's why. Because up there, I still would have had the sun in my eyes. It's just straight up there. So it ain't even straight up yet. It's almost straight up, but it's high enough that it's above this large overhang here. But it's just right there behind it. I mean, it's not way up there yet. So I didn't feel like, nah, I ain't got a big umbrella yet. So sooner I can get one of them, the sooner I'll go live stream from up there. But as soon as the sun comes up enough, you can probably aim that little umbrella down, and then I can see throughout the whole valley and show it to you without having to be looking at the sun. I made more than one live stream with Michael Maverick, so if the first one sounded real distorted and all of that, and that might have been the case, I might need to muffle my mic a little bit because it was probably the noise was probably overwhelming the microphone. But that's easy fix if I get him to set up back in back of this room, and then I'm on the other end of this room and do live feed from a distance from all the noise. The speakers, the boost, all that. Well, maybe I should go back that direction and turn it back around the other way. I don't know. No, actually, it would give him better scenery if he was back towards the other end of his room there, where we usually hang out. If we're hanging out over in there. Yeah, man. Shit, I'm trying to wake up. Ain't no better way to wake up than Folgers coffee in the morning. You just can't beat a good cup of Folgers coffee in the morning. The sooner I get this in my belly, the sooner I'll be ready to rock and roll. Oh, yeah. The more I just started watching StreamYard stuff, like whenever one of them goes live and they're giving updates, answering questions or wanting ideas, I threw some ideas at them, but I didn't hear them talk about those ideas. But the idea was, why don't you have virtual background? Some people call it 360 because some of the virtual background they do have the 360 for. So my question was, why don't you have that for StreamYard? But guess what they do? If I download any kind of anything onto my phone and then use my phone to go live, for example, or if I have it in another tab, I could use the other tab, see, while I'm live streaming, or if I'm on somebody's live stream. So now I know how everybody's doing that stuff. And then it just comes down to what skins you have. Like if you want to put mask on, they have the application for that. Or if you want to do like just total 360 virtual background, you can do that. Stuff like that you can do. Just on StreamYard. Look, there goes one of them yellow bellies right there. You see him going? Yeah, one of them Eastern, what we call yellow bellies around here. And they got brown on top, yellow on the bottom. But if you see one like that, and it's got like that one there had very pronounced colors, so then you can see the difference between that bird and any other kind of bird, common bird that flies around here, common color. So that was pretty cool to see that already. Because even though it's a very common bird here, like you're gonna see them all day long, whether they're in flocks or usually we see them right here by themselves because they got nests around here. It's still exciting to see one of those birds because I'm not from down here. And I just think, what a wonderful looking bird that is. But yeah, I seen a real red bird flying way out there by them trees earlier, right before I went live stream, and I don't know what kind of bird it is, but we have several birds that are all red that live down here. And he's so far off, I couldn't tell if he was a cardinal or one of these other bird types that we have. So, but I got my PC out as you saw, so I'm ready to Google it up and find out what kind of birds these are that I'm seeing when I get close enough that I can get a good view of the pattern on the bird. Now, if that bird were to get real close and it might be an obvious bird, then I'll know what it is. But if I don't know what it is, then yeah. Yeah, we can give me a good shower, put on some different threads, come down here and hang out. Yeah, I might put on some slacks. And that little red collar shirt I got, on the few collar shirts that I have, I can put that on. Be a black pair of pants, dress shoes. Now, but if I do that, it'll be really fucking hidden on me. I'm not gonna do that. I'm just throwing the same old shit. I don't give a fuck. How's everybody doing this morning? Hope everybody's having a fine morning. Oh wow, there goes a little different kind of looking bird. I don't even know what kind that is. A long neck on him now. Got a long neck on him. And people wonder why I been leaving out of Kermit and Friends Discord, going back in, coming out. The main reason is because I don't want to wake up first thing in the morning and for whatever reason be in that Discord room and look up and see a bunch of damn. First thing in the morning, man, leave me the fuck alone. So I don't. But to be honest with you, it's all of that. That's the reason. Oh, two birds are through here. One of them right over the balcony. The other one down a little bit lower than the edge of that house, and they just kind of the other one swung down with the other one. Went over the roof and then swung down. Pretty cool. Maybe they're going up there to visit whatever ducks are up there, ducking it out. That's why the ducks get up there, so they can duck it out. And they're flying around some more. Maybe go look for some food or something. And get back on the roof and they're ducking it out again. That's one of those common, what a lot of people call them mud divers. Pull that damn thing up, I can tell you what kind of birds it is that you're looking at when you see them. Here's one that says the Bird Guide of Texas. Actually, it's just birdguide.com, and I'm going to try that one out. This is a bird I'm seeing around here a lot that gets me confused as to what's what. Whenever you see one of these, this right here is actually technically this is a northern hummingbird. You can tell by the beak whether it's a sparrow or one of these hummingbirds. These are one of the birds you hear throughout the day here. And here it just mentions a lot of the common names, including the spotted owl that we do have down here. We have over 18 species of that kind of bird alone. But this isn't rendering just a picture. It's just like I got to click on each and every single bird to see it. And see, that just doesn't do me any good. I got to see the whole freaking list. I mean, what good is it going to do with me to have a list like that? You know, it just doesn't make any sense. I'm sorry, Bird Guide, but you're not really all of that. It was pretty good picture of the hummingbird, though, wasn't it? Those birds are commonly mistaken for one of them little bitty birds, and you know, there's an eagle right there that you see flying around here on a monthly basis at least. And that's it right there. It is a particular type of eagle. Isn't that just really cool? Now see, this one, look, it's got all of these pictures. The northern mockingbird. We got mockingbirds, we got hummingbirds that you've seen so far. These are the type of birds that we have down here. That's the red-headed woodpecker, and you saw one of those right out there on that tree not even a week ago. And they really go at it, let me tell you. Oh, this is not an eagle, this one here. This is a red-tailed hawk. Oh, so the other day when I thought I seen a big, huge eagle, it was a big, huge freaking hawk. Remember, I said he's smaller than these other ones, right? But that's him, but he's huge. Okay, well, now I know which ones are the freaking hawks down here. That look, that I'm not sure what kind of eagle they are. Until now, it turns out it's not an eagle; it's a freaking hawk. So we got some huge ass hawks down here, and y'all seen them on my live stream. We didn't even know it was a hawk, but I'm sure they'll be back. But it was odd because it circles in a pattern like a pheasant when it's hunting. It doesn't glide in the air and look down for its prey. Good morning, son and Vampiro. How y'all doing? Here's a common sparrow around here. See the orange on it, its colors and all of that. And that particular one is called a Lecontes sparrow. But you can tell when you see a sparrow mainly by its beak, but also its head is in close, fluffy with its body. Like that. And then we got these little crazy looking creatures down there, a hooded merganizer, what they called. Look at that cute little fuzzy face of his. Can you see that okay? So it's really important to have a bird guide when you're looking at these birds down here, because 10 out of 10 times you'll see a small bird and hey, there goes a couple sparrows or whatever. And but it could be a cowbird or it could be something else, for example. Well, those cowbirds a little bit bigger than a sparrow, so you're not going to really mistake them too often. We have the little flycatchers down here. See, that's a flycatcher. It's the white ones. So when you see a white bird out here, he's kind of a minority out here, to be honest with you. But you do see these flying around right here occasionally. You know, like I notice them about once, sometimes twice out of the week. We also have these swallows here. You see these very often. And technically that is called a swallow-tailed kite. It's a kite bird. We have those and we have the seagulls, and these are easily to mistake from the seagulls. Very easy unless you look at the tail. This bird has a split tail. And part of his been chewed off. So he looked like he'd been in a battle or two. And it'd be my luck, those run out too. Well, this one here only had 14 species, so that don't surprise me none. I mean, I'll keep clicking, looking, or I can click into where I got a bookmark and I'll go find out when I go look. But I'm starting to feel like I'm waking up finally. I'm one of them people, when I sleep hard, I'm going to wake up hard. Slow. I did think that was pretty cute what Harry did. Of all people, Harry Brogan. I do think it was pretty cool what he made up. Like, how many times is he gonna rage quit? I'm not rage quitting. I wasn't even arguing with anybody last night when I came back out of cave. But it's funny that he can just depict it and make it look like that way anyway. But I thought it was cool because he was counting 1, 2, 3, 4, and it was all for one day. I think I left out 7 times. I don't know, guys. Kim, they're the ones that count this shit. Like, they're so infatuated with me that they count how many fucking times I left and came back out and came back into the Discord server, right? that crazy? You got to be watching me all day long to take count of that shit, right? Or you got to know how to search for that. I don't even know how to freaking search for that. I haven't looked, but yeah, I'm sure if I did, I could word it right where it wouldn't be so hard. But wow, that was a pretty good little video that you made up there, Harry. I'm very impressed. Yeah, we're having a beautiful day out. It's just that right now, this time of the season, it seems like the really exotic birds. Look at that one way up there. The really exotic birds are they haven't been coming out early in the morning so much as in the afternoon. So due to the season and all of that, dictates the pattern that some of these birds fly. Some birds it may not affect so much, like a sparrow, but you get a red-tailed hawk, and apparently it's gonna affect his schedule. Wow, so that was two red-tailed hawks that we saw out last night. So they were obviously on the hunt. And just saw them circling around out up here, and that was it. So officially on my live stream, we have seen a hawk, not just one of them, but a pair of them is flying around here. Just like there's a pair of eagles flying around here, and there's several eagles. So the one day I seen 7 different breeds of eagle. The one breed was not an eagle; it was a hawk. But it's quite easy to mistake some of these birds for eagles because some of these birds are almost as big as an eagle. See? But hawks don't eat anything running on the ground just like an eagle. A rabbit, a mouse, any fucking thing. Little rat. Little hogs, they look like little rat, little looking, dig a hole, the moles, they catch them out of that hole. There you go for them too. But it would take a creature like that when he's coming down on him, maybe see a shadow or something. Usually eagles don't hunt that way. Like they don't hunt where you see the shadow coming. If you notice that the sun is over here coming up of a morning, they'll circle around back this way and then go in. And if they have to go in this way, they're gonna not be in between the bird and the sun. Like over here, they're gonna be off to the side a little bit, coming at them like that. So they're really a smart hunter, and they know and are aware of the shadow apparently. But this little creature might look up, be looking back and up. Maybe he sees the damn thing and he hauls ass for his hole. He gets back in his hole. That's when you see the eagle just, oh, fuck it. Take his time, catching air again, and then posting up and looking down for his food again. And you do see that a lot here. So you don't know what kind of creatures that is that they're looking at getting. Maybe it was a rabbit, maybe it was a mole. It could be a lot of animals that dig holes like that. And if it's early of a morning, hell, it could be a fox. Because the eagle will kill something that big. The food's so plentiful for them out here that I don't see them going after a large creature like that. So, crap, I got to be on my best behavior today. So many people over here today. Yeah. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Dun dun dun. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Hey now, say it loud. Clear. I don't wanna hear more. What is it? This is cool. I know how to do this. Hear that bird whistling? It is not a bobwhite. Don't think. It sounds like one of those. I forget what they're called. Not a swallow. Well, they're a fluffy looking bird. Listen to him. He got a pretty little voice. Now that's a whistling bird right there. Wow, you hear that? Yeah, you do. Well, I'd like very much to see that bird flying around early this morning. Where's Wits? I need to ask Wits. Not Wits. Wheezy a question. Oh my God. I find myself really eyeballing these little short trees and tall bushes that we got around the property now because, well, it comes to find out sometimes an eagle will be perched inside one of those. Vampiro, I got to see your face real quick and then I'll let you in the live stream. Oh, okay. Okay. Here you come. You're coming in.
Hey man, what's going on?
Hey, what's happening, man?
You know, there's so many people saying it's you, it's not you, it's you, it's not you. It even got me confused.
Well, I couldn't imagine getting people confused over that. I mean, everybody knows it's me.
But I
Because there's
always
a
knew
lot of
you always
people.
had one account though. Don't you have just one?
No, no, I have 5 accounts that I'm operating off of right now.
You sound like me.
I've had these 5 accounts operating for a long time on and off, so I am operating off of 5 different channels right now. I got a channel that's got only like 9 or 10 subs to it. It's so brand new.
I got so many I can't even count, man. They're all backups just in case. They're all backups just in case. But I don't log into them. I make them, but I don't log into them. The only
Now,
account I'm logged into is the Vampiro account. That's the only account I'm logged into currently right now. All the other accounts, I don't log into them.
Well, these accounts I can take 2 of them, and I do need to start up another Discord. I almost forgot until just now. You come in here talking about stuff. add a server. I do need to add a server. I wonder if it's gonna let gaming.
We only
Social.
make them because we always somehow get into an altercation, get into a problem, then get banned and get blocked, and yeah, that's the only reason why I make them.
I gotta make this. Oh, it's like a fan. I'm gonna create this dude a fan Discord, like what Leaf did for Elisa.
Mhm.
I could do for this other guy is what I'm doing basically. Somebody popped. No, I didn't see nobody pop. I thought somebody popped in backstage. What's up, son? I don't know if son's still here or not. So if you went back, you could really hear him play. Some, I guess, a good part of the first video was messed up real bad. The guy can play literally anything.
Oh, wow.
Hold on.
I don't see nobody in backstage area, by the way. I don't see nobody.
Yeah, there I am. Okay.
Someone says hello, T-Bob, by the way, in the chat.
Who? Who?
Someone says hello. Son? Son?
Oh, okay, okay. Let me go look.
Son says hello, T-Bob.
I only see comments on this thing. I don't know how to see like the.
Your chat. Go to where it says community.
Sorry about that. I hit the wrong button.
You gotta go to where it says community and let you see your chat from backstage. COMMENTS.
Yeah, I see it on here. I see it. I found
Yeah,
it.
there
It's
you go.
different. It's different in different places now
I know.
on the cell phone. So, I'm watching these deals on how to do stuff using any app. Like, did you know you could use StreamYard in combination with OBS? So you can use OBS.
Yes. Yes. Okay, you went out again. Give him a minute, guys.
Getting me out of my live stream.
And he's
Okay.
back.
Yeah, I did it again. What I was saying was that why would you want to use OBS and then pay for a service like StreamYard to go live? That doesn't make any sense to me whatsoever. And I don't know why anybody would need to do that, because if you have a strong enough PC to run OBS, which does take a good computer, because when you use OBS, you're running off of your own CPU and your own hard drive and all of that. But when you use a virtual server like StreamYard, then you're not. So if you got OBS, and you can't really, the only time I would see the need to do that is if you were using OBS to create some kind of special effects or something like that, and then you wanted to use it for a second camera.
Mhm.
You dig? Then you would use that, or you could just flip over to that tab, and it would be you talking, but you would see this little, maybe a cartoon figure or 3D virtual background. But now that I know I can add 3D virtual background to any StreamYard using another available camera, which I can use my cell phone for, or I could literally just hook up another camera and just hit another tab and show the screen, just that tab. There's a lot of ways to do it. But when you use any service like that, it's all online. So you're not using up your computer, PC, or CPU, or anything like that. You see what I mean? That's why I don't use OBS. it takes too much from the computer, and this ain't one of the fastest computers in the world, so it can't really handle that combination too well. Does it make sense?
Right. It does. It does. I agree.
Yeah.
I wanted to. I don't know how, but I don't think I have a strong connection. I'm trying to use OBS if I was going to make my own YouTube channel, but it's a
No,
lot.
it's not the connection. There's a 9 out of 10 odds is in favor of it being your computer is not near as strong as it needs to be to push that with ease onto the internet and interact with all of that information going back and forth. And so
Exactly.
you're probably better off using a service to go live stream. Whether you use a free one or not, it doesn't matter. It's up to you.
Right.
There are some free deals out there for that.
Right. Say hi to everybody. Say hi. Say hi, everybody. Say hi.
Hey,
Shy.
little doggy. See, now I created a server. Now I gotta go change the name. Okay, what was I gonna name this? Oh yeah, Michael Average.
I see you sharing your stream everywhere. Ain't nobody. Where is everybody? Only what? 11.
Yeah, they come
Only
and
4
go.
here.
So yeah, there's
11.
anywhere from 1 to probably 5 or 6 people watching, but the number keeps fluctuating, and somebody could come in on a different YouTube, and you would never notice if you're on the other YouTube. And it's been going down to 1. There's like I think probably 1 person watching at least now. But people are just used to me doing a boring bird show in the morning. When actually, if you stick around and watch, more times than not, you get to see a really cool looking bird you don't see every day. And but not every day. You know, it's one of the things you gotta have patience for.
Seen
Yeah. Oh, here.
I think I've seen a little looking bird in my backyard recently.
Yeah, I got some. Hold on. Let me put that in there because I don't want to lose it. Or you can use that in there if you want. Okay. Yeah.
No, stop. Yay.
Yeah, we can play on that. I'm just hanging out drinking coffee. Gonna be a little active today. We have some people coming over. I guess I presume they're gonna be training on the table. So I'm only gonna be live for this certain until they start showing up, and then I'm gonna duck upstairs and give me a fresh, probably a not so hot shower. I like to take a cool shower if it's hot as hell outside. See, I don't always care for heat, but sometimes a lot of heat's good, like when you're washing your hair. But then, like after that, I turn the temperature back down. You know, so I don't like showers too hot in the summertime. In the wintertime, I love a good hot shower.
Get it.
Okay.
I got a dog that's more hyperactive than me, man. Like all he wants to do is play every morning, every night. He's hyperactive every day. Feisty little chihuahua.
See there?
Chihuahuas, man, they have too much energy.
With his name.
Leo.
And I don't have a good picture of him to put for the cover yet, so I'll wait. See what he's got in mind for that. So now his fan page has started, so I'll be able
Yeah.
to start inviting people into that. And I got to dedicate at least 1 to 2 channels over to him. But I don't know if I'm just gonna switch 2 over to him or like start up 2 new channels. But I'll probably just switch 2 over to his name. Oh. And then because they're already, you know, they've been up for, you know, years really. What I did was I unsub and I resub. That's all. It's just a way of cleaning out your those particular channels. But I didn't do it on all of my channels. Just, well, those 2 I'm thinking about switching the name over. I did do it on those 2. So they don't have that many videos to get rid of on those channels because I got the videos on other channels anyway. See, so I'm gonna switch 2 over to his name, and then I'll get another phone number, and then I'll start using. I'll start up 2 more Discords, or I'll just go grab 2 others that I forgot about. Does that make sense?
Right.
So I'll have 2 fresh channels that I've never used before on here, one way or the other. That'll be in the mix of things, at least one of them. Because I like 4 channels to run regular live streaming because of the strikes. You know, people just sit around and report.
I hear
And that's
you.
how I get around that, because I got 4 channels. And it doesn't take 4 channels to get around it. It just takes 1. And then 2. If you get strike on 1, you got to back up. That's really all you need. But if you're
Got several backups.
Yeah, but if you're using both of those channels at the same time, then you need to count that as 1 channel.
Mhm.
Because if you get a strike for 1 video, you're gonna get it on the other channel, unless you hurry up, get over there and hide that real quick before they start thinking about reporting that channel too. And
That's why you're supposed to keep everything. I try to keep everything on private.
yeah, a lot of them I do. I got a lot of videos set private. That's a good idea too. A lot of them do that, but you know, I'm kind of like, what do you need to do that for? Wow, how's that gonna work?
There you go. Will you be streaming with
There you go, Jake.
somebody coming?
Oh
Bless
lordy.
you.
So
Bless you.
it appears that I haven't been seeing a lot of people going after you. Swallow my spit.
After me?
Yeah, not yesterday. I didn't see hardly anybody going after you. So you got to feel good about that. I mean, it wasn't a lot of people, if any.
Always something going on with me, dude. It's always something going on. Would you cut it out?
Yeah. Do away my video part. See that? See nothing else.
No, that's because I've been staying low key. So therefore they can't go after me. I mean, I'll do something crazy, but then I'm out. I don't stick around. Shut up.
Oh, okay. That was Mark Connors asking me when will I be going live stream with that guitarist again. He had really good things to say about him. So I think that second video is real clear enough you can actually hear him playing. But if you go watch the second video I did from that last night, he was really good. And a lot of people that are into instruments do want to see a lot more of him playing, because it's like I told this guy yesterday in KF chat. I said, you go find me any professional guitarist on a planet that can even keep up with him. And then I'll submit, yeah, there are better guitarists out there. But guess what? I've already submitted that. The problem is there's only maybe a handful that exist.
Right.
And at the most a dozen, but that would be it. If you were hard pressed, this guy's a guitar instructor, just like a lot of other guitarists. He's just an unknown, but he happens to be one of those people that is just naturally that great of a guitar player that you would actually be hard pressed to put him up against any guitar player. And he can play the chords all the way through a song perfect once he gets it down. And it might take him like 3 times of playing it before he gets it down, maybe 5. But once he gets it down, he's perfect, like almost every time. And right when you think he's just showing off, like moving his fingers at bionic speed, you know, like, wow. But you can watch every tune that's being hit on the screen right there, right where if he clicks a wire on that guitar and it makes a sound, it's going to show. It's a tall tale. It's going to show up there, right? And this dude, man, he hits them chords right on a freaking money. And when he says, "Okay, I need to take it out of synchronization just enough that when I play them back to back, you can actually hear it," because sometimes he'll play a song and it's so accurate, it gets drowned out by the other instruments, and he's trying to create a blend of a particular sound here and give it that blast effect. Okay, so that's what he created last night, and you could tell when he played that he was just like 1 second, boop, boop, right behind the other chord when it was struck. Then he hit his chord, that chord after that. And yet, during that song, I don't think it's humanly possible to move your damn fingers that fast.
No, not at all.
But guys like him that are especially gifted, they do it. And playing that fast, they're still hitting every exact chord right at the right second. So then when he replayed it, wow, gave it a whole new sound, you know. It's fucking awesome. But he can play that way with a band in real life, too. If he needs to be off just a hair and then blend in and come back a hair, he can do that. So you just don't find many people that can play a guitar like that. Like this guy can pick the crap out of it. He'll pick the shit out of it. But he can do it over and over and over and over and over and over again, see?
There's only a few people I know who do that.
Yeah, and you see how, like, I would let him know, you got this big empty spot in your song right there. Now, if you want to keep that for a particular reason, then you leave it. But if not, this would probably sound like it's the instrument that could fill in any little gaps there if you want. And so he tried doing that a little bit. You could hear the sound go down at the beginning and then go back up before everything starts up on the other side of that the dead spot. And I thought, man, that was fucking genius. So he's making this song and he's flipping out at how good it is. And everybody that's heard it is like, oh my God, that song is, oh. He's in the money with that song. And that's going to be one of the songs on his album. On his first album, it's going to have 14 songs on there. And he's got a total of 6 or 7 fixing to be popped out as the next month or 2 goes by, kind of thing. But he's a stickler for playing it good. Like if he makes 1 slight second of a mistake, he's playing that whole thing over.
Yes. Vampiro is the old school wrestler who combined punk rock music and vampires into one. And became Vampiro. Yes. I love Vampiro. I love him. Classic old school wrestler. So whoever said that, you're right. I see your comment. You were saying Vampiro is old classic wrestler. He is.
Okay. Yeah, he does have a real good mix and blend of certain styles. But believe it or not, a lot of it is European. He has a lot of that European classic music sound up in him. And technically he's mixing that with his more of a modern sound that he plays. And it would fit more along the lines of rock and roll.
Mhm.
So when you blend all that together, it comes out with a very unique sound, which is what he predominantly is going to sound like in most of his music. But it sounds really good, so a lot of people mistake it for being what I tell people this is like a mix of country and pop music, or maybe a little rock and roll, or vice versa thrown into the mix.
Mhm.
And that would be an accurate statement since his European way of playing does come from Spain. See,
Oh wow.
oh, fuck, I can't hit that. Hold on a minute. I can hit this motherfucker. Oh, God. Mm.
Bob, who is that guy that's commenting? Who is the guy? He's funny.
The
Who is
Clash
this guy?
Track? I
Yeah,
don't know. He's been following me for years.
that is hilarious.
Let me go down there and read these what they be saying down here.
You need to read it, man. It's funny.
Pyro was an old school wrestler.
Yeah, yeah,
So now I'm leaning towards thinking Clash Track is Vampiro over there in Kermit Friend.
yeah.
You're American. Wait a minute. What did
Oh my God. People say most crazy stuff.
it says? When you're outside the bathroom, you're American. When you're inside, you're European.
He's an old school fan of yours, he said.
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah. Clash Track is one of those. He's been following me for a long time. He could probably remind us of something that I've forgotten about that might have struck, in his mind that I would remember for sure. But yeah, he's definitely got to give a shout out to Clash Track. Uh, number one top fan of Trumpster Bob's for how many years? Clash Track.
How many
Might
years?
have to get his picture right there and put it up there on my one of my live streams or something.
5 or 6.
Well, there you go. We'll call him at least a 5-year fan of Trumpster Bob. My number
Yeah,
one 5-year fan. How about that? Hell yeah. That's pretty cool, huh?
yeah, it is.
So sometimes when I ask advice, believe it or not, Class Track will post his opinion.
I only know you from Kermit and Friends and how things got crazy in there for both of us. That's how I know you. Kermit and Friends, Discord VC. And we met because of things were getting crazy in there. So that's how I know you. And I became a fan of you because you kind of like speaking the truth all the time. So, yeah.
Well, I gotta tell you, I see Team Hate over there really wanting to straighten up and not get banned if I become producer, but as long as they keep playing in a entertaining and fun way, then I wouldn't ban them for that, for just being the past, even though I should. But that's the way I'm gonna view it if I get that position, because uh, if people are acting in a positive way to help the show move forward, then I'm in favor of that. I'll just put it that way.
Yeah.
And that weighs high and much higher than coming at me at the worst way possible, because these are the people that I'm talking about right now, right?
Right.
So I wanted to ease tensions over there in all directions. That yes, this can be accomplished, but the ball's in their court, so to speak. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm sick and tired of fighting with them guys anyway.
Let's see what else we have in the you ain't missing out on anything, Kermit Prince. The same old, same old. You ain't missing out on a thing. I haven't even been here long. It's still the same drama. Same old drama every day. Nothing will change.
Oh, well, look, Class Track said he missed watching.
He ain't missed nothing. It's the same old, same old.
Kermit Friends. No, when I was on Kermit Friends show a lot, he said era on Trumpster Bob. So meaning back when I was on the Kermit Friends show a lot, he misses that.
Oh, my bad. I thought you said he misses out on watching. They ain't nothing to miss out on. It's the same old thing.
Yeah. My daggone phone is giving me some hang-ups this morning. I don't know why. There we go. That was the weirdest thing. And I don't know where Prince went. I don't know where Class Track went or anybody. So I apologize for that, but that was my cell phone. I got to keep tapping the screen every so often. Or what happens is I freeze up and I don't think I booted Prince, so he's free to come back up, obviously. So let me post a new link to my StreamYard in case him or anybody else that pops back in here or in here for the first time during this live stream, they have the link. See. Okay, you coming in.
Sorry about that.
No, I thought that was my fault because my screen froze up. Oatmeal Jr., I got to see your face while you're back streaming, and you can hide your face and then I'll bring you up, but I got to see who you are so that I make sure it's not somebody that probably might porn bomb me.
Why is everybody's, I don't even know why everybody's doing that nowadays on YouTube. Everybody's doing that now.
It looks like a redheaded chick. Oh, okay. I'll be damned.
Who?
She's a redheaded chick. Check her out. Is that real red hair, or you gotta unmute yourself?
Hello? Hello?
She's muted herself, I think.
Hello?
Because I didn't mute anybody. Oh, wait a minute.
Hey, what's up, Bob? Long time listener.
Oh, there we go. I had you muted. I'm sorry. I didn't even know why it was like that. All right, Oatmeal. What's a guy? I thought it was a female, so my bad. So how long have you been listening to me for? Is the real question. And I'm out of coffee, so I'm going to run in here. Y'all can walk with me, but I got to go get some coffee. And, ooh, that wind is kicking. That wind is kicking. So give me just a moment. I don't want to lose.
Remember when you used to do the jalapeno videos and stuff?
Oh yeah. I still eat a lot of jalapenos too, but yeah. Well, I'm probably going to be doing some really cool how-to shows, like making some hats, new kind of puppet I've been wanting to make, but never can get around to doing that. So I need to. I forgot my coffee cup the whole time. So what I got to do is I'm gonna have to get the interest of doing that in me more, you know. So I kind of maybe I'll put it on a higher priority. See how bright it is. See out here, ain't no shade. You can really feel that sun now. My God, it's like radiation pounding down on you. I don't know who made the coffee, but I'm damn sure gonna help them finish it off. We run out of coffee down here. I got more upstairs. I don't know if anybody wants it more or not. So sometimes when I make it, nobody else is drinking it. Then they get on to me for making too much coffee.
Is it just you there?
Yeah, so I never add coffee to it one out of the first batch of coffee because if they want more coffee, they'll make more coffee. See, and I'll help them drink a little of that if they want to, but if they don't, then I'm good either way. See, so it doesn't matter.
I tell you, man, the IHOP blueberry pancakes, man, they're so good, man. Anything from IHOP is, oh my God, it's just so freaking good.
Oh yeah, I eat at IHOP all the time.
Same, man. It's just so damn good, man. Golly.
If it ain't IHOP, it's Denny's. And then
Yeah.
here lately, we've been doing a little restaurant hopping.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
So we've been trying out a lot of different restaurants that neither him or me had ever been to.
The pancakes, man, they're delicious. My God, it is.
So what's on your mind, Oatmeal?
I highly recommend you go to IHOP, Oatmeal. Go to IHOP, get some blueberry pancakes, whatever you like, man. Them pancakes in there, freaking amazing.
Actually, this time, Oatmeal, it's you who muted yourself. Oh wait, and then there's somebody behind stage. Who is that? Darby Work. Come on, let me see your face.
You gotta show yourself like that.
There's two of them popped up, and neither one of them are showing an actual picture. And then there's D or DU and then CK, like duck. Duck for what? And but they're not showing their face backstage, so I'm just gonna leave them backstage. If y'all want to show your face, you can say something in chat, then I'll come look at it and then let you on the live stream after you show me your face. I'll make sure it's live.
I ain't afraid to show my face.
Yeah. Oh, look at that bird right there, right there. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. That is like a blue jay. It's a jay. He just looked all the way back at us. Look at him. Look at it. You can zero in on it. He's so close. He's on that fence. Perched up. You don't see that very often. And that looks like the wooded jay, but I'm not sure. But that's what that looks like. but it is a jay. Now, if he takes up and he's got the yellow underbelly, then he's the eastern jay. But he does not look like the western jay, but he could be one. When you're looking at the back of him, it's hard to tell. He's still right there. He just perched up like ain't nothing going on. God dang that window stuff. Hold on. I gotta save the house, so to speak. Jesus Christ. That's some goddamn wind from hell, man. Let me tell you.
It's hot, man. There's a heat wave everywhere. It's freaking hot.
Oh, it's so hot here too. God, it's gotta be 98, 99 degrees. Easy.
You're in Dallas too, right?
Yeah, no. I'm down here on the border, man. Rio Grande Valley.
Man.
I'm down here like
In Dallas.
I'm exactly 12 miles from the border.
Oh man. In Texas, right?
Yeah, well, I'm 12 miles from up me to the bridge where you can legally cross.
Oh,
But if you go straight down to the border from where I live, well, then it's more like 9 point something, 10, call it 10 miles. No, it ain't even 10 miles driving distance.
for real.
So I am just under 10 miles of being from the border, and I'm 12 miles from where you can legally cross over here. The little small bridge. But if you want to go, if you really don't need to go over there on that side, you go over there to the main bridge, and that's the biggest bridge between Texas and Mexico, or any bridge on the southern border. It's one of the largest bridges ever made in the world. Overall, and it holds like 8 lanes on both sides, go all the way across this son bitch and back. And it does shrink back up to 2 at a particular time, but guess what? Only if you're in that lane going through the checkout on the other side. See, where they might tell you pull over, we'll check you out a little bit, you know. So you always expect that, and then if it don't happen, then well, okay, cool. You know, if you cooperate with them, you'll get across the border a whole lot faster. You know, or you have a better chance of it. The bird's still sitting there. I can't believe it.
It's hot as hell out here.
You could like zoom right in on that bird and tell me what kind of bird that is. No, he could. You know what? No, it don't look like no field pigeon. But he's starting to act like one. See, that's how much these birds resemble each other. That at this distance, it's almost impossible to be sure what kind of bird that is. He's not yellow underneath. So now I got to lean towards he's a pigeon. But if he's not, then you'll know when he flies. But if he's not a pigeon, then he's one of these other breeds of jays. Because we got way over 4 breeds of jays down here. I think it's more like 7 or 8 or 9 kind of thing. We have every single kind of jay that is found anywhere in the United States or anything as far down as Brazil, right here. But however many breeds of jays that is, that's how many different breeds we have here. But isn't that cool? Yeah, I would lay bank that's one of these pigeons, because they come in a variety. We have a variety of pigeon breeds also. I really thought that was a jay. No, he's not a jay. I finally got a good look at his beak. Okay, that's a pigeon. That's a mother freaking pigeon. But he's a different breed. I have not seen him here before. I got to go look up and see what kind of breed that is. a pigeon. But if I seen them, I damn sure ain't seen one that looks like that one. Because that one has a lot of distinct, patterns on it. And the regular field pigeon that we have around here does not have that pattern on the wings, especially, or on the body. Usually it's all one solid color. And they're a very bland bird in terms of color. But that one there is very pronounced in color, see? So that's what threw me off, because that's a different breed of I think it's a pigeon. But I'm gonna fucking look this bird up right now. Pigeon. I'm just going straight to images. Fuck the bullshit. Now see, this is one that we have here. See how he's solid color in the back? You see that one? He's darker. He's got patterns on him. So it cannot be one of these common pigeons that you see around here. And here's another one, but he's more of a red. So if you see one of these that is red on head, it's one of these red-billed pigeons. Here's another red-billed pigeon. But the only thing that almost resembles red on him is a little bit of smoothness here, makeup job around his neck, and then right around his beak. But that's it. So he would be very hard to tell what kind of pigeon he is. Oh, that one, we missed it. He flew off. I don't know if y'all saw it or not. But that's okay, because I'm going to find out which one he was anyway.
Hey, Bob, you got a pool?
No, they're going to put one in when they go to redo the house. It's another red-billed pigeon. He's the more common color that we see here, though.
Wish I had to pull my back up. The only thing I have in my neighborhood is the community pool. It's all right.
But no, this was a different looking pigeon, man. They're going to have to show me more pigeons. Let me run back up here.
It's hot as fuck in Texas right now. All the way black. I ain't sweating yet, but it's hot.
Yeah, I guess he was a red-billed pigeon that we saw. He was just one of these other ones that had different markings, that's all. So he's a different breed of red-billed, but he's still a red-billed pigeon. Ain't that something? So that's pretty cool. Y'all just saw a pigeon that's very rare down here compared to all the others. So y'all probably never seen one with those markings before. That's why I like sitting out here in the morning doing this. I'm like, man, I love to hang out with people. And then when I see a bird, that's pretty cool, well, I'll show it to you. Breaks up a lot of freaking monotony. But I haven't heard a lot of talk against Kenneth lately, and I think that's a good thing. And people were starting to shout out, taking advantage of the mentally slow, right? Even I was telling people that. And I blocked a couple just to make my point across.
That kind of died down.
Yeah, because you can't blame Kenneth for
what I know, he won't be
any
gone
underage
for
girl
long.
should get to Kenneth.
He'll be back.
Yeah, but any girl that pretends to be underage or that is underage that comes onto him as a practical joke, he's gonna fall for it pretty much every time, because even though he understands when you explain it to him, later on he's not gonna remember that shit. He's just listening to her.
Exactly.
Because that's all his brain can process. So if somebody's talking to him, it's gonna he's zoning in on what you're asking him or telling him. See what I'm saying? So this is why you're never going to see him thrown into jail, because he's a retard. So it's true. I mean, they'll never throw him in jail for that, but the parents can be held accountable, which is why they took him offline. But he's been using the family members when they're asleep. He goes and gets their phone and gets online.
Oh, sorry. I'm sorry for laughing at what you said. It's a fucking retard.
Yeah, but leave it to a fucking retard to be so determined to find out one family member who he knows is going to be most likely to have a charged phone that he has access to obtaining, and then he'll sneak onto the other side of the house and go live, but he'll be a lot quieter now because he doesn't want to wake anybody up and be caught. See? And then like
Who's this?
he's got this fucking alarm clock set up so when it goes off, or if he notices that it's, like 2 hours later, he stops just up and stops whatever he's doing and he goes and puts the phone back. So he's one of the slickest little fucking retards you ever seen in your damn life.
Wow.
That's Kenneth over there with Kermit friends. He's the little dweeb.
You're probably right. You're probably right because he does do it. He's like, I have to end the stream real short. He does do that. You're right.
Yeah, and then when he starts going like this, and then look, I haven't made up my mind yet on Kermitarian of the Week, but I have 2 so far in the runnings, and also a 3rd. However, I will not be mentioning that person's name unless I really see him as a runner up to these other 2. He's real like that, because his mind works a different direction than ours.
I said, there's levels of special needs.
I was glad to see all that cut down on him. See, if we have a problem like that while I'm producer, I'm gonna have to ask people to only keep it at a certain level because these people go way overboard with that shit.
I'll tell you right now, me and Kenneth are not the same because he's more slower. We're not making fun of him, but he's more slower. I'm more crazier, more, how can I say, more narcissist. Mine is more of a narcissist. More controlling.
Yeah.
More sneaky, controlling, evil, maniacal, devious, more of that type of role.
Yeah.
Very narcissistic, name it. That's why I always tell them, you gotta play the game, dude, before you jump in there.
What happened?
I said, learn how to play the game before you just go on the internet and thinking you can influence someone or do something. I said, know what you're getting yourself into. I always tell them, he never listened. I said, know what you're getting yourself into before you just dive in. And I always told him, know your surroundings and what is being said and what's going on around you. Otherwise, you just lose every time you're trying to play this game with people, back and forth with people. I said, you don't know what you're doing. You have no idea.
Men's world, Kenneth is just basically this retard who lives here in Texas, but not close to me. And he's really easy to fool and all of that. It's a long story. They tried to set him up to be a pedophile, but really, of course he's a pedophile. He doesn't know any better. So in a way, he kind of is, but you can't really hold that even against him because he's fucked up in the head, like just duh. Yeah. So if a woman takes her shirt off in front of him, what do you expect him to do?
Hold on. Someone asked who is Kenneth. Kenneth is a friend of mine. He's not all there in the head. I'm not all there in the head, but the difference between me and him is I know when someone's fucking with me. He doesn't.
I don't know his channel right off, but if you're following me on Discord, I can get the link to. Well, actually, I might be able to do that. Hold on. I forgot I got my PC out here with me.
He's a good kid. He's a good kid. I can't say the same for myself, but he's a good kid. I grew up really bad. I grew up stealing and family members not always being there. I grew up in a rough. I had it rough. He's
Yeah, I'm
blessed.
getting the channel for you. Hold on. Wow, they're uploading another series on the Mission Impossible deal. I've been watching all of them, a lot of them, because they're probably going to package the whole thing. So, oh, you got to be special, YouTube, to watch it. You have to buy that for $1.99. I'll be like, hell no, I'll be watching something else. Do this. Kenneth. Oh, fuck, I should have put his last name in there, then it'd take me to it faster, I think.
Man, it's hot.
No, that didn't do it that time. Well, you ain't got no air conditioner?
I do have it on. It's just hot, man. It's just hot. I got fans and air conditioners on. And still, like, it's not blowing cold air. It's blowing, like, warm. Like, really warm, hot
Yeah,
air.
you need better insulation. The sun's probably going right through your window, so you definitely need to block the sun off at the window.
I did. Hold on, I did. I got it all blocked out. Hold on.
Hey, what's Kenneth's channel's name? Is it Feral Kenneth or what? I can't remember.
It was. I think it's now CM News, something like that. It's CM now, Kenneth, I believe. The last time I checked.
Let me throw that in there.
CM, and then Kenneth.
Yeah. Every time it fucking changes, it fucks me up. Okay, I just want
CM something.
Let's see, Kenneth CM Young, but that's not him. Then I see CM. Then I see Court and Games. No, it's gaming. That's not him.
No, but then KAF.
It can't be Kenneth C.M. because that's only got one video.
It's KAF. Then Kenneth.
Oh, okay. I thought you said CM.
Yeah, last time I checked, he had CM on it. He had Lisa's brother. He had so many names.
I think I'm subbed to him somewhere, but could it be? Yeah, this is him. MC Kenneth and Crew. M.C.
Yeah.
And then Kenneth and Crew.
Yeah.
So let me go get that link.
But you're right. He does do that. He does look around. He's live like, oh, I gotta go. I gotta end it short.
That's him. See right there. That's him.
He knows what he's doing. He knows what he's doing.
Yeah. So now I can go back into this particular YouTube and just post it right there on that.
He knows exactly what he's doing.
There you go. Now let me catch up on a comment. Hey, Gidgy's in here. Well, afternoon now. For me, well, okay, but it's time for me to keep drinking coffee. And man, I wish I had a lot to smoke. Anyway, for me, add Ken to the panel.
He's not. He can't come to the panel. He's still grounded. He'll be back. Can't add Ken to the panel. They turned off his Wi-Fi. Excuse me. They turned off his Wi-Fi and he took all mobile devices. That I do know. They took all his mobile devices. He told me before they took it, and he's grounded. But he won't be grounded for long, and he will get his mobile devices.
Come on up, Giggy, if you want to come on up.
Now, I was going to be that sneaky friend he has. I was going to lend him one of my phones so he can come back to the community. But I don't want his stepmom yelling at me. I am in enough trouble with him. So I'm not gonna sit here and be sneaky and try to sneak him a phone or a laptop or a tablet. I wasn't gonna do it because I told him, your stepmom's gonna be hollering at me, and I'm gonna get my mobile devices taken away, even though I pay for my own stuff. I pay for my own phone bill. I pay everything. So out of my pocket. So that my mobile devices cannot be taken from me only because I pay my own goddamn money to have my phone on and have my fucking shit. So anybody taking shit from me because I pay for my shit. Nobody controls me, and no one tells me what to do. When you have your own money, you can do a lot of better things in life. I keep telling them that, dude, make your own money, pay your own phone bill, and no one can take shit from you.
Did you see? I don't know if you saw it or not, but it would have been a quick bleep, a little tiny bleep going across just over the pillar. But I seen this bird flying, and by the time I got to him, he was hidden behind the pillar, and then he kind of came out of the pillar and was flying into this large tree over there, like over there. And I know I got a bleep of him on the camera there, if you can put it right to that frame. But he was a really, really bright green winged parrot.
Just saying.
He looked like a bright winged parrot, one of the bright green winged parrots. And I know that's what it was. So I'm hoping he flies back this way, because those parrots, they do exist here in quantity, but it's very rare that I see one flying around here. So I'm always praying and hoping that he comes a little bit closer when he's flying by, so I can get a dead-on shot of him. And I'll follow him along with my camera, so you can really zoom in on the bird when you do go back and you're watching that, see? Now, if the bird's way out there, I don't do that hardly too much anymore, because that allows you to pay attention to the cloud. So anything moving in that cloud's view between you and that cloud, you're going to see it. So that's why I don't move the phone when the bird's far out. But when he's close enough in, like real close, that's when I pan the bird. So in case y'all were wondering why there are certain times when I focus in on the bird versus when I don't, now you know. It just makes sense. The bird's flying way out there. But, oh, I need to go look up what kind of bird that was to be sure. That was really, really beautiful bird. I don't think I got him on this list anywhere.
But yeah, man, he'll be back. Trust me.
This is the bird that a long time ago I was wondering what kind of bird it was. This is one of them right here. I've seen this bird up close, and this is a purple gullonal bird right here, and you won't see any of the birds that are medium sized and lower messing with this bird. About the only birds mess with this bird would be a hawk or an eagle. I don't think a falcon would even think about it, but he might. But none of the other predators mess with this bird. But I've never seen a bird mess with him either. But I've only seen him less than a handful of times. That is the hawk, easily mistaken for an eagle. But once you look at the head, you can tell the difference, you see. There are a pair of those flying right in this neighborhood. We are very likely to see a pair of hawks flying like up in this direction or up in that direction. And I just think that is freaking awesome that we're very likely to be seeing one of those. Also, that bird that we saw earlier, the distinctive marks on the back, it was not what we were looking at. This is the northern mockingbird. So that bird that was perched up on a fence is not a pigeon. He is a northern mockingbird. I can't believe I was able to identify that bird. That's what that bird was looking like. But now you can understand why I thought him at a distance to most likely be one of those pigeons that he didn't look like, because he had these distinct markings on his wing. See? Wow. See how easy it is to be wrong? And that's why you need bird lists. You need a whole bunch of them to, like, seriously, you need a whole bunch of them to decipher what the heck am I looking at here? Yeah. And then they got these pictures like this one here, where you got to go to the source and then you can blow it up. So let me go on this one. Let me go visit the site. Add to cart. I don't want the cart. I want your bird list. And they don't have one, so that was just to sucker me. And I don't like that. So you're out of there. Goes another jet headed down to that jet stream, so you take off internationally. Ain't no telling where that one's going either. He could be going to any continent over there, Europe or fucking Asia. He could be going to somewhere in Africa. He could be going to Germany. But those large planes that he's taking off are taking off from the international airport, just right over here from where I live. And so you always know that that's an international flight that took off.
Who's
Well, go ahead. No, that's cool. Hold on.
who's Bruce? Wow, booze. Hey.
Hold on a second. I got to unplug because apparently I left the light on. Most likely it was me from last night. We don't need that. Ah, there we go. We'll see what it looks like in here today. It's had a little wear and tear put on it. They had to restaple that over there. The glass got broke 2 times. So this is a heavy, 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 heavy table to move. You really need 3 guys to 4 guys, maybe even 5 to move this table. And this does not break loose from this, which makes it even heavier. This whole top end by itself has to be carried. And then the legs, of course, go separately. Let me show you this other table. This one, mirror all the way down, not cracked one time. It's a crap table, same as the other one.
Oh, that's nice.
It needs new felt. So he's going to put new felt on this eventually, but he uses this at events. But this table is not near as big as that table. And with this one, this is all one piece also, except for this is a separate piece which separates. So the bottom.
Beautiful house, by the way. Whose house? Yours?
No, I just rent here. And I do events with this guy. I go to his events. Separate
nice house.
The big weight. So two people can handle moving one of these. Me and that guy moved that one. This separate from this on this table, not that table. That's a much larger table. That's how heavy that thing is to move. And then we get the roulette. See, you just spin the ball and it falls in there on a number. And if it was 32 and you had a bet, you would win. Pretty simple. But yeah, I've been wanting to do something online, but I'm not sure what he has in mind. Yeah, it is pretty cool. He does events, so you know, if I get lucky, I get to go to one. That's not very often, just every now and again. Oh, this coffee is delicious. I was just commenting if they ran out of coffee down here, I have to go up and get some up in my room. Because I was needing coffee this morning. Yeah, oh, and it turned out that one weird eagle that was circling around like pheasants at a lower altitude, those were hawks. Oh, look, there goes another one of them birds. Right there. That bird I just got through looking up. The mockingbird. That was another mockingbird. How cool is that? We got mockingbirds flying around today. That's the closest I've ever been to a freaking mockingbird that I know of. Yeah, that was pretty cool. So what else is on your mind? I'm trying to go look up this other bird reference. Dum, 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 dum. Texas State List. Yeah, I can. That one predicament you got there, the only thing that would change having to take from one the show the night before and going to the other ones be if you purchase a whole bunch of more tables, which is not happening.
No.
So I've got to plug my PC into this cord down here. I got an extension cord going to the house here. See, like that. So give me just a moment. And then this cord right here is for my cell phone. So now I'm plugging that into my cell phone, so it don't fall below the 94% that it has now. T-Bob loves dumpster. T-Bob made out with Dumpster Rick in that live locker room KF last week. You're a comedian. You're so funny. All right. Have to talk to you later, man. I'm back on the run. Where's he live streaming from? Is he like jumping into empty apartments and sleeping in them, and then he live streams from them? And then when the management comes in, he waits. And he fucking runs out, man, real fast. He probably got it figured out. And he's back on the run again. And they're just kind of like, oh, not another one. Because they get that all the time. Well, then they got to look around and hope he came in one of the windows and didn't break anything getting in. There are people that do that up until they get caught. Then the police will form a special task force and ask the apartments to let them know before they go into any empty apartment for the next several days. And then they will call a lot of people on the police department force to work during that time period so that they can cover the whole city. And wherever that guy goes and does that shit, they'll catch him. They call it corral. You're at the OK Corral in Texas. Really, they're just corralling you in. So no matter where you go and do that again next time, these cops are going to be going to these apartments looking in an empty apartment room. And even if they're all empty until day 7 or 8 or 9, eventually this guy's going to keep doing it, right? So eventually somebody's going to call the cops saying, you know, I got a house over here in that neighborhood, and I'd appreciate it if you send a police officer out there as I go in this house that should be unoccupied. And some people actually do that. And there's people been caught in them fucking houses, like living there. And the cops obviously got to work with you to get them out of the house. And you say get them out of the house. Well, at the end of the day, they're going to have to get them out of the house, even if they come up with some BS story that some guy named Kenneth rented out the house to them. Even if you don't know any Kenneth. They won't be able to provide a contact number or nothing on this fairy tale dude. And then the police will end up removing them from your house. And they get slapped with trespass, another trespass charge, because they probably do it all the time. There's a lot of kids do that shit up until they get caught. And then they're like, ooh, I don't want to do that again, but cool. I'm a criminal. I got a criminal record, man. That makes me look fucking cool in school. You know, they come up with some reason why they did it. Well, there's this girl goes to such and such high school over there, and I wanted to get somewhere I had her all alone. So hey, what's better than an empty apartment, right? Have some of that carpet sex. If you're lucky, you get into the studio, right? There's a bed right already in there waiting for you. That motherfucking lighter there don't do shit. Hold on up, Sally. I know I got some more in here. Oh shit. Ooh, that pop is getting hot, 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 baby. Joy, 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 joy to the world. Anybody know that song? Get up here on my panel and sing it, baby. Just sing it. Da-na-na-na-na, da-na-na-na, da-na-na-na-na, da-na-na-na. Joy to the world, the Lord has come. Let earth receive her King. Let every heart prepare him room. In heaven and nature sing, in heaven and nature sing, in heaven and nature sing. Do 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 do. I don't know any more of that song. Well, it's KF Kenneth. Music, no copyright music. He knows I'm out here live streaming, and he still walks out here like, oh, let me get another hit of that weed, Bob. There you go. And then I mute the fucking phone, like, give me a chance to mute it. It's funny. He doesn't give a fucking about that shit. He don't care. He's cool. He's cool like that. So I just get on YouTube and go no copyright music, and this is my favorite, most popular one at the moment that I'm currently using. But I use a lot of the other ones also. And this is just found right here on YouTube. And if you need to, oh, they're moving around the inside of there. If you need to, you can go look in the description box down here. And this got their first post, and not in the comment section where they're supposed to have this. They're putting down all of the music that belongs to this track, but YouTube already knows it because it's been on YouTube forever. So this is one of those you don't have. It's so no copyright. You don't have to even look it up. Like if somebody tried to report this as copyright deal strike on me, it'll never happen. You dig? So that's why I play this one a lot, because I've been getting hit with some of those. And then I got to hit them back with, this is not copyright infringement because of this, that. Then they said, they always tell you, well, they send you a deal. You must post before, during, or after the show. So I just let them know right as soon as I'm playing the music that, yeah, this is well-known, no copyright music. That YouTube is very aware of this track in particular. They won't even look twice at it. It's definitely not a strike. And so even though I've been winning those every time, like every single time, because I got good at this, it does kind of dictate what tracks you play more than others. You know, like some of these, like, let me do the search again and give you an example. So you could just look down to the deal here. But, okay, so there's this one that I've used a lot. That's the one you just heard. Now I can move over to something a lot different with these. But you start getting off into some of these. Like this one was put up 3 years ago. So this one, I don't even got to show anything to YouTube because they're very aware of this channel. When they hit that sound and go check it, it's going to lead them back to their own channel. Now, this one's only 1 year old, and so is this one. So these two, I would absolutely go back in and show the no copyright that they probably got in the comment section below, and then they may not. So it's some kind of disco party, and that sounds like a Mexican tangerine. That's some Mexican disco maybe, right? So this would be the only thing I would need to show YouTube. I'm showing how not to get a strike for copyright.
What?
How not to get a strike for playing non-copyright music, as though people will report it as copyright music. So if you feel a need to simply show this to YouTube, and then you're okay. But they don't have an in-depth description on it because YouTube's already verified all this music is no copyright. So you don't even need to say anything about it. If they send you a deal back reminding you to show that in the video or in the comments the way they do, they would appreciate it. And I never do that. So I just wait, because I automatically know if I play the right one, I don't even have to answer that question. See? One of the things that you people get reported for and you don't even know, you got to wait till they send you the email. When you get the email on why you had a strike, it may be the next day that you get it, but it'll tell you why. And if it's copyright, you automatically know the only thing it could be is this. So if the only thing that it could be, like on my channel, I would go back and I would get all of that information when I made my report, And then they would go, oh, damn, yeah, we should have seen that. Damn it. And then they'll count it no strike, but then they'll come back and tell me to please show that next time in my description. But that's all you're ever going to get. But it never counts as a strike. And you don't really have to do that. But I guess they would appreciate it. And the problem with me is I don't know what track or tracks I'm going to play beforehand. So I can't really just go out there and do that every time I, am going to fumble through them. I fumble through and use 3 different tracks. But I'm only listing one in the comments, so be my luck somebody report one of the other ones, and then I gotta go remind them that the only music I play on YouTube, copyright, YouTube verified music. And then they go run it and look for that, for their name to be listed as somebody that plays that music. And it's going to lead them right back to them, which tells them that's no copyright music, see? And they've already approved it because they're on that fucking list. So that's how this works. And once they go do that, then you don't get no strike because, no, that is in fact no copyright music. This is protocol for every time they get a report like that, how they're supposed to do it. But they don't always do it that way. So it's up to you to know ahead of time what video, what songs you were playing, or possible songs, just multiple you don't remember, but you got to remember the detail of what you're being reported about. It may be a video from 7 days ago. But if you weren't playing any Elton John music, or I don't know, some kind of disco music or whatever, rock and roll, then you know that it had to be one of these. Well, like me, it's automatic. It would have to be one of these. So I just simply answer them back in this way, and then fuck it, there ain't no strike. It counts against you. But if you just go trying to answer these possible strikes against you, some of them count warning, they're not even a strike, then if you want to refute that, which I hardly ever do, but sometimes I feel a need to enlighten them about something, and I'll take that moment out to do that. But usually I don't even comment back to YouTube on those kind of warnings that they put. I just try not to make a mistake again. Shit, it's funny. I get a lot of those. I get a lot of those warning strikes, like a lot. If I don't get one in a week time period, I'm doing something wrong, I feel like. I'm not riding the edge of the envelope. You know what I mean? I got to get back to that. Because when I know I'm that bad boy on YouTube, that keeps getting reported but never, ever hardly gets a strike, like, there's got to be a certain amount of pride in that, right? And I can tell you it's about 9 out of 10 times that I just get a warning about something. I would say it may be 1 out of 100, even. It's in that range. I don't know. But I get a crap load of warning, like I apparently recently did over this non-copyright music. But since I know exactly what song I was playing through that 3-day period, I just simply gave them that as the link, and it just all disappeared. No strike, no nothing. See? So it's just a matter of committing your memory to certain videos on certain days for the entire past week. And I do live streams multiple times a day. What I do nowadays. And so it makes you go, huh, maybe Bob knows what the fuck he talking about. But of all of the good videos that I do, you don't get any brownie points for YouTube. I promise you that. I'm still in the YouTube bubble. It'd be nice to get out of that. But be my luck, it'd be somebody I made the butt of the joke. Be my fucking luck, right? So that's why I'm still in this fucking bubble. I'm never gonna go YouTube monetize. But there are some other things I'm looking out there that I might do. If I can get one that'll do it, like, you know, and throw the money up in the circle thing or whatever, whenever we have a winner, like a certain bid, somebody bids or whatever, hey, $1 bid, congrats, thank you, whatever. And now if I get one like that, then I will do that. But I'm not gonna go Google like that. I'm not gonna monetize any of my channels ever on YouTube, because once you do that, like if I did that the first fucking day, they would shut me down. Put me on one of the month-long timeouts, or maybe 3 months, maybe 6 months, just on that channel because I was saying the word fuck. So if they allowed me to monetize using the adult content only deal, that's the only time you're covered in using cuss words on YouTube, is when you can answer on back, yeah, my channel's set to adult, thank you. How come that's not working? Sometimes you can watch them, they go in and switch it back so they can say, no, it wasn't. So what I do is, as soon as I see this coming, I go fucking look for that shit, take a picture. Yeah. If I gotta go reset it back again, I take a picture, and a picture when I'm setting it back. Then I go back and tell them, look, click, there it is. It was set adult, and I clicked it. Somebody's fucking with me, and I don't like it. So whichever one of you people's fucking with me, fuck you. But to all the cool people in YouTube, could you please set me back fucking monetized again? I don't want to go through that bullshit. Because it's a fucking hassle. And everything depends on what you say to them and how you say it, because they could just not like your fucking attitude at the moment. And, you know, if you're not acting gentlemanly like, and they could just say, well, I don't like his attitude, fuck him. I'm going to sign out, no go on that motherfucker. That's strike. Give you time to think, give you attitude adjustment over here in the area parts of the woods. See? I don't even want that. So, in other words, I will never monetize on YouTube. Now, if YouTube allows me to set it to adult only content, and then never fuck with me when I'm using the word fuck like I am on this channel, because these channels, last I checked, were both for adults only. I really don't give a fuck what anybody thinks or says, because I use the word fuck quite often, as you might have fucking noticed. And that's a good bit of comedy for you, isn't it? But it is true. So that's why I never have that problem. Now, if I monetize, I mean, God forbid I say a little small, tiny word like, I don't know, fuck. I mean, if I go monetize and I start using that word constantly, even if I'm adult, set for adults only to view my content, for adults only, these motherfuckers fucking throw me a strike like using foul language or some shit like that, right? So I gotta let them know I have all of my channels set for adult content only. So I'll go back and double check that it's still set off. But the only way it would be turned off is if YouTube went and turned it off, and I never asked or requested for you guys to do that. So please do not turn it back off after I go turn that on to where it's adult content only. This happens to me a lot. So like today, I'll be going into every single account, making sure that it's all set to adult content only like they're supposed to be, and they have been set to that. Because you never know when somebody with YouTube wants to, I don't know, fuck with you and go in there and just put a little smile on their face. I'll take 2 of these 5 channels here and make them set for anybody can watch just to fuck with this son of a bitch. That happens to me too. So what I do, like today is a good day. I'll go into every single channel, make sure that they're all fucking set to goddamn motherfucking adult. See? I do this like every single fucking week right now. And I always catch 1 or 2 channels that was turned off. I kid you not. So I already know where to go in that direction. But see, that kind of thing won't really count against me anyway, because, you know, I corrected the situation. I thought, you know, it's still set for adult. I don't know who set it to where it's not for adults, but I never did request that. And that's when we go into that. So could you please not mess with my channel after I go back and set it, make sure they're all set to adult content only. And I've already done that here very recently. So now, just pro quo, I'm going to do it again. See? That way, I know that I checked it on this day and those that was all set to adult content only. And yet, once you turn that little switch on, you're good to go. As far as using the word fuck. You dig? I have to talk to you later, man. I'm back on the run. Oh, that was funny. So Prince is back on the run again. I bet you we could mold a movie based off of him. Like this homeless man that goes around living in an unoccupied apartment complexes and homes, apparently. And when he gets caught, he's always back on the run, which is quite often. It don't matter if he gets caught doing that shit. So this guy's living in a shelter, and when he's out of the shelter, he goes find a house where he's got access to the home internet. Because a lot of these houses, like he probably breaks into like 10 houses to find that one that's got the fucking internet box set up on it. Because a lot of these people, the realtors set those up so they can live video the house, the entire house. If they get a customer that wants to buy that house or is looking maybe to buy that house. And online, that's how they always kind of get them really interested in that, because you get from all different angles. Maybe it wants to make a change here. Would it be okay? And you can look at all of that and determine that already. So a lot of these people that are investors, they not only seek to purchase a place, but also improve it all the way around the board. See? Ooh, this coffee starting to kick in, baby. fucking A. It is kicking in. See, I don't move my camera. I just that way you can see the bird when he's got the cloud as a background. You got to see that little dot flying around, right? Yeah. That was one of them other kind of birds we see around here all the time. I don't know what they're called. Just looks like a lot like a crow, but they're not. They're a lot smaller. I might look him up for you later or something. But anyway, I was just explaining that's how I avoid getting copyright strikes and shit like that. I just always remember what the fuck I was playing, and if I don't remember, I'll go look at the first two videos and listen to what I played, then the two after, and then listen to what I was played, and then it's gonna ding 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 because that channel would have to have a different type of no copyright music. So I just simply go do the search again, and I scroll down till I see that motherfucker. And I take that information and I send it back into them. I said, most likely it was this song here, right? I don't even know which song because y'all didn't send it for me to listen to. However, I only use no copyright music that's already been YouTube approved. So if you could please make sure this does not count as a strike against me, I would appreciate it because there's no copyright intended nor any copyright committed during the entire video. So thank you very much. And you have a wonderful day. This, if you apply that to your answer, you're going to get much more brownie points over there on YouTube because now you're being polite to those people, see? And yeah, so I try to be as polite as I can. You wouldn't even know it was me. Ain't that fucked up that I can be that polite of a person? You didn't even know that about me, did you? So I just probably amazed you at how to help you better get along with YouTube employees because they are sensitive, just like a lot of you people are sensitive about certain things. Maybe you got a long nose, maybe you're fat as you know what, or maybe you just got a real funny looking wide nose or chin or something about you. Freckles all over your face like Maurice Delp. And you got a bit of complex about that. So every time somebody talks about you being bald, or well, only Howard Stern, he's bald and he wears wigs so that he can go out cross-dressing at night, putting on a lot of makeup and shit to hide that ugly man face of his. But everybody's still gonna be able to tell that that's a motherfucking man anyway. And but he's the kind of guy that'll cross-dress and go out clubbing, right? But some bald-headed guys, they might take that to offense if you come back at them and say, hey, you know, you kind of remind me of Howard Stern, at least on the top of your head. There's a very, very big resemblance of your skull and Howard Stern's skull. Did you know that? You must be a motherfucking damn genius or something, right? You just fucking with them. They'll get bent out of proportion about that if they have a complex about their bald head. And once you get them to where they're perplexed like that, then you already know where you got them. Automatically know where you got them because you're the one that put them there. You could have been nicer the whole way. So now you done fucked up if that was a first meeting and you're talking to somebody on YouTube. See, basically. So you did all that good and then you kind of disagreed with them at a certain point. And you weren't extra polite about saying it. See. But when you're overly polite, when you're basically telling somebody to leave your fucking channel alone, quit fucking with it, just so you can give me a strike, sit back and laugh. I don't say it like that to them, but I say it in a way that's a lot more polite. See? And then when I'm done, you can just see. So if it plays like it's a musical song, that you're being this polite to the YouTube employee, now your odds just went way up even higher of maybe earning their favor, that they could kind of look at something for you and say, that's not a strike. Not on this nice man. See? So I'm well known for being very nice to people. And I'm only mean to the jackasses and the turds. See? That's all. When it comes at me crooked, I'm gonna go back at them crooked. When they decide to stop, then well, I guess I decide to stop. You come at me nice, it's easy for me to be nice and polite right back to you. Oh, I gotta go make some more coffee. Damn it. I don't hear anybody in there yet, so there ain't nobody here yet. I do know like I need to run upstairs, but fuck it. I'm not going upstairs yet. Get a shower and all that. I'm gonna hang out a few more minutes. Anybody got anything that's on their mind or that they want to talk about? Anything. Bring it on. Jeff Count upset level of whatever. I don't care. Or if it's just something really cool, like you just want to show off your little puppy dog. Yeah. Because the only puppy dogs you go see around this house are smoked stray dogs. And we haven't seen any of them in months. That's a good hint. Probably a few lions or leopards running around up around here. And we do have all of those kinds of wild cats, the really big lion of the jungle. But if Texas does have any of those, they've been said to also be living in this area. But I don't believe it because I've never heard of one being seen around here. And I've been here for, over 2 years already. Over 3 years. Yeah, I've been here almost 4 years. About 3.5 years, at least. 4 years. I've been here 4 years. Maybe 4.5. So that's in that period of time, I can tell you what I see, what I don't see, and what most likely is the cost for the missing stray dog. And if you look up Rio Grande Valley, Texas, if you Google Rio Grande, Texas, wild cat, you'll see a very long and vast list of cats you didn't even know existed in Texas. We got them here. Like, it's a regular cat in this area. There could be one walking across this field out here next to me, and I would probably never even see him move, unless he came on this side of certain bushes and whatnot. Because if my eyes are looking back to the left and he moves in front of me, well, I'm never going to see it. My opportunity to have seen it. That is how much they blend in with his wheat. You never know one of them directly in around your property. I got a feeling to say yes. This is one of the routes of a big enough breed of cat that they have killed off all of the stray dogs. Some of them as big as German Shepherds. And that's a whole lot of stray dogs. Because at one time when I moved here, they had about 6 different stray dogs. And I'm telling you, it's been months. It's been at least, I'd say about 5 months since we've seen a stray dog. Haven't seen one since. Well, that tells you, hey, there's something going on about that, right? I gotta reload. I'll be right back. But I'm still here. Bazooka baby, Bazooka George. How about that? How about that? Bazooka George. You ever heard of a Bazooka George? The old George, he was kind of one of them Gomer Pyle type of stupid. And of course, like a lot of other people, he joined the military. And this little boy went to fire bazooka at training and shot it backwards, the wrong way. Didn't kill anybody, but you're scared the fuck out of every one of them dumb bitches. And so they just passed him so that they didn't have to let him get it, to fire one of them some bitches again. And that's the only reason they passed him. They didn't want him back on the training ground. And so he got passed. He gets to go off to war. And lo and behold, his squad come across one of them, maybe real fucking stem. Him and his team came across an American front line that dug out the whole thing where there were no Americans. They were already dead. But inside this one dugout was their stash of bazookas. Now, they're warned that the enemy's headed that way with a fairly large force compared to what they got there. So obviously, all of his guys set up right there and on both sides where all these bazookas were at. And they spread a few of these bazookas out, 3 to the right, 3 to the left kind of thing. And when them people called Viet Cong, it was really Chinese, the Chinamen, why we didn't continue to fight that war. We didn't want to end up being in a war with China involved in another country. Because even though we could win that war, it would be very, very costly in all directions for us to do that in Vietnam. That's why we were told to back out of Vietnam. I disagree because they never did have a North and South Vietnam. They should have at least fought for that. And they said no to that because if they go that far, then who knows, by the time the next leaders come around, might just decide to, well, fuck, we done took half of it, let's take the other half. And the war would be prolonged. So when they're sitting there thinking about all this, they actually made the right decision by letting Viet Cong go to the communists, because whether we're there or not, they're going to take it anyway, unless we're there and committed to defeating China in Vietnam, and we did not want to do that because we just came out of World War II, a war in which almost 10 million people were killed in. 10 million people. You don't tell me they didn't have to draft? Shit. They had to draft. It was in full effect. But they didn't want to keep that going. So they decided to end their involvement in war. And they decided to not uphold our agreement with that country that we would protect them. For that reason. Which tells you maybe Vietnam had bad planning. During the war, they should have given America like a large base right there in Vietnam. And then they would have never had to worry about this fucking war because we would have squashed it pretty fast. So Vietnam kind of fucked up a little bit there, wouldn't you say? Because at the end of the day, they got fucked out of that deal anyway. So we let Vietnam fall to the communists. So then their form of communism. Kind of like North Korea, but at least we saved South Korea. But even that leader, Kim Jong-un, is giving it heavy thoughts about calling it quits and merging North Korea with South Korea and letting him phase out as the last dictator of North Korea. Therefore allowing his people to have a better life. Now, if he does that, he's going to instantly own the Maritime Peace Award and all the rest of them peace awards they hand out. Like this guy can travel to America and be handing out autographs. He can make a live appearance on, go take a tour of America sort of thing. Go on all the New York stations, maybe fly to California, do a bunch of their stations, and get paid to do this by all of it. Then he can pass out autographs for free. That's how popular he's going to become if he does this in his lifetime. And it was Donald Trump that gave him that idea. That he himself admitted that he was doing. See, in his own mind, he agreed with Trump to do it. So I don't know. I haven't seen any move in that direction. I'll put it that way. Maybe he's waiting for Biden to get out of office. He's probably scared shitless like everybody else. Because Kim Jong-un has been very public. He does not like Joe Biden at all, whatsoever. So you're not going to see this as long as Biden is president. But if we re-elect Trump, you could see North Korea merging with South Korea with the governing body style that happens to be South Korean. So he's going to let the South Korean government move in and control North Korea like they do South Korea. And they'll probably do away with all the weapons on the border, all of them. And then they're going to come back and make that like a buffer zone and not let people move from North Korea to South Korea, but allow South Koreans to move to North Korea in order to be teachers and instructors, in order to bring their level of people up a lot closer to their level of being able to do these things and have that kind of a life to live. That's what's going to be required from South Korea. It's one of the many things that he highly agreed with Trump about. You can foresee something like that taking place. And Kim said he would like to see that very much. So they have been having talks periodically last year between South Korea and North Korea. And predominantly those talks have been how to work closer towards merging North and South Korea. Kim Jong-un, he does this. He got to make sure his people are covered. They're not going to simply just replace them, but use them in the work. Now, he gets this kind of deal like this. This is a big deal. He's going to get a lot for his people. He'll be set for life. That's already been established. In fact, his great-great-grandchildren, he's set for life unless they misuse the money. So Kim Jong-un is not worried about himself or his child's welfare because he's worth a lot of money anyway. But he's going to be set at a certain level that's probably going to be much higher than what he is worth right now today. They're going to have to pay him out. Got to buy him out. But they also got to meet and agree to all of these other requests that he has. Sometimes they have to turn him down at a certain point. And then he'll go back and look at it and say, okay, I'll give you this, I'll give you that. He'll try and use it to will a deal, and they might take the deal. And it might be something they see that they actually agree with. They have no problem. Okay, yeah, we'll agree with that. Then they move on to the next thing on the table, and then the next, and the next, and the next, and the next. And they only meet about twice a year. And the last meeting that they had was not about this topic as it was titled. However, it did end up becoming about this very topic. And the last thing they were saying that South Korea would never agree on their version of the sex law. Because in North Korea, if a girl's 13, as long as she's old enough, then it's okay. And they do have a hierarchy system set up. So some people do own other people as slaves. So conceivably, they could also have sex with a young boy against his will even. He has no choice in the matter. He can't go to work anywhere else except for that guy right there, or he's viewed as a criminal. And he gets treated that way and still end up going back to this guy. So basically, little boys in that position have no right. And South Korea is never going to agree to that shit. All of that's going to come to an end, and the age is going up. We're going to set the standard here. Like that. There is no more ownership of people. That's absolutely going to be ended. And these are the requirements of South Korea. See? And they're not going to budge on those things. So he's got Kim Jong-un himself has to start preparing people for that. And the only way he can do that is to start upping the age every year until it meets South Korea's requirements. And it doesn't always have to be age. It can be owned asset, listing people as owned assets. See, all of that has to end. If they want to hire these people, that's fine. But they cannot dictate to them that they are required to have sex with the person who purchased it. So all the people that currently own these slaves, North Korea is going to have to pay these people off to free every slave in North Korea, and then set that law that no more owning other people, blah, 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 before he can then go back in time to South Korea and make any deals. See, that's what's really going down. Anyway, that's what's holding up Gilmore. So Kim Jong-un is going to have to be willing to go through all of that to prepare his people for a major change. and bring their way of living up to modern day thinking and way of living. So he acknowledges this, but okay, he acknowledges it, but is he going to do what's required to help them people along? Well, we'll find out. We will find out. If there's ever a deal between these two countries, Kim Jong-un is the one that did it, then it's Donald Trump who gets 100% full credit because he's the one that sold the idea to Kim Jong-un. He had never even thought about doing that. But he didn't know if he wants to leave rule to either one of his sons or not. He just got some sons that are, he said, you heard all the rumors about me, right? He said, trust me, I got a couple of sons that are way worse than those rumors, that are even ones that are not true that they say about me. In other words, he got some sons that there ain't no fucking way in hell he's going to leave the realm to. So they've been removed from that possibility. And guys that don't straighten up in his family, throughout history, he's disowned them. They were no longer allowed to live under his roof. And they always end up being down there with the poorest and the poor people. So if you're in his household, you just don't fuck up like that. You go along with whatever the fuck he goes along with, and you should be used to doing that. Anyway. So, yeah, he runs a very strict household, believe it or not. Refuses to leave the realm of leadership in North Korea, dictator, to either one of the sons, because they're just too fucking evil. God damn. How many of you can say that? And, but he's got hopes in one of these other two. But still too early to call. So it's one of the younger, two of the younger ones. We don't know what age bracket that might be at, but he's going to have to see more of them before he'll know, like several years. So that's how we can assume that it's one of the younger of the sons that he has, one of the ones that are in high school. Maybe one's in maybe 10th or 9th or 10th, and the other one is a senior in the 12th year, right? There can be a big gap of age even right there. You just don't know. But as they progress in age, he can look at this one as the first one to graduate, and then here comes the other one kind of thing. You're not going to know what he's made out of until about 18. Then you got to get an idea. And then you bring him out to the real world, and that's when he really gets to go to school and get tested. But you're still looking at these two people as to which one you're going to leave the throne to. You got to pick one. But you want to make the right choice. He's got monitors to watch them some bitches sleep. 59. And everything I told you, you could have heard him tell people since Donald Trump got elected. See? Man, I sure spill out a lot of good knowledge to you motherfuckers when I'm fucking doing really good, don't I? Oh, Right. Yeah, but they have a great coffee buzz. Only goes with one thing. Yeah, yeah, baby, baby. What you doing tonight? Boom. What you doing tonight? Boom. If you're feeling frisky, just give me a call. Boom. Hey, 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 because we're living it up. Doo, doo, doo. You remember that song? Which one is which, George? Which one is which? Okay. This motherfucker pisses me off. It's the hardest thing to put back together. Oh, it's back. Okay, it can only go so far in, no matter what, but it's definitely going in right now. Assuming this thing, it was a miracle they even got it on this some bitch. So I'm gonna have to fucking file that shit down. And I'm talking about like, I don't know, you ever seen a tobacco pipe like this? See, you can put any design in the middle there that you want, right? And what that is for this particular tobacco pipe is one of these, something that's hollow. Hello, hello, right? So it's hollow. I can't get it to whistle though. Ooh, I did a little bit that time. Wasn't that cool? So you take this little hollow piece, and if I put it in the middle there, you only see a hair above here, and I can't get it to go back on. So it's a miracle that whoever the fuck put them two together even got that screwed up back onto that thing. And that's a fallacy in this product that I purchased. It. I'm just going to take this little sandpaper and sand it down real good on one side and maybe both sides, definitely one side real good. And so then when I go to put that on there, it's going to be screwed on through a lot more threads. You dig? That's how you fix that problem. So I didn't even put it back on this other bitch. I go find something else to wrap around it, make it look pretty. I don't even have to do that to this thing just to make it right. Know what I'm saying? Because there's a screw. It's got its own style already. Hey, 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 what do you know? Now, if I wanted to expand this pipe, all I got to do is take those threads down to, say, a Home Depot and have the guy match me up that thread, but in something that's like 2 or 3 times as long. It'll probably cost a few bucks. And then you use that new long pipe that you got now. You know, it's out there about 3 fucking feet out there. You know, or 2 feet, whatever. It's way out there. Now you got to find something to put over in the middle of that sucker, see. But it's got to be something that can handle some heat coming from that pipe. In other words, you don't put no fucking plastic on it. So that's actually not hard to find or actually create yourself. And all you need is a buffer and a drill. And on the other side, you have access to put something attached to it to where you're spinning around it. You dig what I'm saying? So you can actually fashion some of the hollow shit that you can put around that pipe just by polishing something up, basically. What I'm talking. So if you got a buffer or some super fine sandpaper, even in some cases you need just a little cleaning like that. Well, you take that and you do that, and then at the end of the day, you put a buffer to it, and that buffer just fucking by itself just put the fucking shine on it. See, and that's how you slowly turn something, a piece of metal, into being really shiny. Doesn't matter what kind of metal it is, you can make it as shiny as it can be if you use this process on any single kind of metal. So there's a lot of ways to be creative about the products you already own versus products that you might deal with in the future. It's common sense. And I'm thinking about doing that. So if and when I get a long fucking screw to go in this thing, I might live stream that for you. Because I don't always want that tobacco going up into my fucking nose, you know, while I'm inhaling, if I happen to inhale through my nose at a certain point in time. And that's a short pipe, and it has a tendency to do just that. Get in your eyes, get in your nose. Ugh. I can imagine what I'd be smelling like. So, but if we get a longer one, puts it way out there, it's like a goddamn tobacco peace pipe, baby. What the fuck you talking about? That's what just gave me the idea. That's why I brought this pipe down here to show you that. Isn't that cool? Wendy, Jerry C says, Wendy, come out wherever you are. President back on the run. I got him figured out. He's running around fucking Houston. They're living in all the apartments and shit, or places that are that there ain't nobody in, like sleeping, using it. And he probably keeps going back to this house until he gets caught. And when he gets caught, he goes running for it, knowing that they're on the phone calling the police, which means he got to fucking run for it right then and there. So he can get the fuck out of there because he's already got this in mind how to do this before he goes in there anyway. Because really good at this, apparently. He's been doing it for a long time. He'll probably get away. They're not going to catch a guy like him until they start up a task force to catch him. But they will. Matter of time. Look at him. It's funny, isn't it, Jerry? Yeah, well, it became real apparent to me like a while back. I just didn't know if any of you had noticed, you know, that he's very rarely seen in the back in the same apartment complex, doing it in another apartment. But he does have a few of those that he's done. And he'll go back onto one of those and give it a similar look like the old one kind of deal. And he'd be like, yeah, I'm still here. What are you talking about? I still live right here. This is where I live. Well, when he says this is where he lives, that means that's the apartment complex that he knows has the most unoccupied apartments that he could go in. So he's always going to be there breaking into these apartments so he can have a roof over his head. He's one of those guys. But from time to time, they open the door with him in there. He's kind of unexpecting it. And he waits until they get in so he can run right through them, get the hell out of there, and he's back on the run again. So the cops are going to get a regular common identity of what the guy kind of looked like. And when that's all put together, they already know he's the one doing all of this. So they're going to have to end up assigning several police officers just to that apartment complex and any of the others that they recognize the inside of the apartment complex. And the cops, they got a view of all the insides of all the apartment complexes, what they look like. So they can tell us by looking at a fucking picture what apartment complex that is. See? And so basically, I'll bet you that old Prince is going to be getting caught here before too long. Be my prediction. So, but since I've been talking about him doing that, people act surprised. So that tells me that you folks over there at Kermit Friends had not figured this out yet. So it kind of amazed me that, well, I guess I was the first one to say that, but I don't think I was the first one that knew that. There had to be some of them KF people over there know before me, or at least one of them. That he was homeless and playing this game. But let's see for a minute, he's not really homeless. What he's doing is he's doing it just because he can. And he knows he's so damn good he can get away with it. That's what Kenneth did. So if he's doing it for the fun of it, he's only going back home ever so often. And of course, his parents are going to give him the third degree. Where you been, boy? What do you mean where I've been? I've been around. He said, what, you get a job we don't know nothing about or what? No, I ain't got no job yet. You know that. Yeah, okay. So you've been out, sleazing around then, right? Oh, man, come on, Dad. I mean, what do you expect me to do? There aren't any jobs to be had around here. You find me one, I'll go work it. You know, it's a talk like that, right? And he knows he can't get him a job because he's legally registered as a mentally slow person. So good luck getting him a job doing anything. But maybe you might get lucky if you actually look a little harder. There might be companies, hey, mentally slow. Well, he can't legally work here. And then it's going to dawn on you, well, there's only a select few places where he could work or do anything legally. But all of that's government, and good luck getting one of them fucking jobs. So in other words, you ain't never going to get this some bitch a job because he's already got money coming in because he's listed as cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. So people like that sometimes get the false impression that they can just get away with anything. And that is not true. In fact, a lot of them people are held accountable for a lot of crimes themselves, believe it or not. It's just one of those things that if they see he's mentally ill, if there's no priority to go after finding this guy guilty or nothing, they're just going to leave it alone. Because he could possibly win off of being, kookified upstairs. He's one of kookified boys. You ever eat any of that kookified? You're watching it on my channel right now, so you've been kookified. Oh, God, that's funny. So, it's a kook, a nut. And just like some of these other people we know, right? Like maybe the Brain or some of them outrageous people like that. Andy Dick, maybe he's out there. He could be a certified crazy dude too, right? We call him a cuckoo. Cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. A kook. That's where the word comes from. In fact, when I was growing up, like if you made a mistake in football practice and you're like in the fourth grade, the coach he'll grab you by the helmet and say, "Hey, son, you run the wrong play again. Are you a kook?" And then he gets right in front of your face and he says, "Now, can you explain to me what a such and such play is?" Like G number 2 inside, R number 2 outside. Meaning, hopefully, we're going to create a hole just running right in between the guard and the tackle. That's the next guy from the center and then the tackle. Going to run right in between over there, right? You know that's 1 and 2 hole because then you're going to come back and count it the other way, going the other way. Unless you count your holes different on teams and you got a way of, you like doing your play calling kind of bullshit. So it really might just come down to that or anything. They can have a lot of, like, they could say anything to put it in any room sort of thing, right? So we could forget that. But what you're going to be seeing a lot of when it comes to people trying to trend this kind of thing is they really don't keep a lot of stats on retarded people that people have access to. What I'm getting at. So to get stats like that, you have to go look at the FBI website. Would be the first place you would start, and go into their archives and start looking for this shit. And sometimes not in their archive, but include the word FBI and maybe file. Maybe there's another one down there. Put it whatever in there, and then do a Google search, and it'll probably pop up, and you go read that. It'd be one of the tedious fucking things. But these people that try to be clowning like that, they get caught. They get caught almost every time. I don't care. I don't care about a lot of things when it comes to those kind of things. Wheezy proved it. He's living proof. He came at me right and real, and man, okay, we squashed it right then and there. See, he didn't cave in on nothing. He just came out and was honest about it. And then so bam, okay, yeah, we can be friends again. Let's try never to do this again, right? We're both agreeing to that. So I'm so glad to hear that. Because if I ever have a problem with Wheezy, like Team Hate tries to imitate him or something, I'm going to know right off the bat. But let's say for a minute I've seen that, that's a little sly comment, and I just ignore it. And the chat goes on for a while, and about 30 minutes later, here comes the real Wheezy. And maybe he stumbled over that and he's answering it, and I'm taking it as though he wrote that and then he wrote that. So I'm gonna click on that motherfucker. Is this really Wheezy? Okay, I got it. I'm gonna send a message to Wheezy right there. Hey, why did you say this and then that? And then he'll come back with, no, Bob, I didn't say that. I was answering that. Oh, well, that means that whoever said that, I need to go see what the profile name is, so that way we'll know who's imitating you. Well, that was a fake you profile. And then he says, oh, really? I'm going to go look too. Because he done forgot, maybe. So, boom, we both go look and we know who that was pretending to be Wheezy, right? This is how I think me and Wheezy mesh pretty good, is when something comes at us, we both got different ways of seeing it. And I think that's really cool. I think I heard people just show up. Cool, but I'm gonna end my live stream if they're starting to show up. Does that make sense? Oh, I cracked you up. I heard that. Yeah, but a lot of these people are fruity as a fucking pig. It's like the pig is following its ass, but it's running backwards. That's why he didn't know he's fucking fixing to run off the cliff. He's just, okay, I'm running that way. Fuck it. Oh, shit. Wow. What's happening? You know, interested pigs are so dumb, every last one of them usually follow all the pigs down off of that cliff. There are times when one of the teenagers recognizes it stops, seemingly stops, but it's very rare and it's never really been totally proven that there are pigs that will stop when they see a cliff. But some people claim to only have that breed of pig on their farm. That'd be something for y'all to look up, wouldn't it? That's pretty cool, right? So whenever somebody starts showing up, there might be somebody in there now. I don't know, but whenever they start coming in here, I should already boot shoot it upstairs because I don't always come back down here for anything whatsoever. You might want more coffee or, you know. Wow, I didn't know that was there. Dead space. Okay, it did. Gotta turn that. Did that. I'm gonna put my cup away and then I'll be right back. I'm just getting ready. Well, okay. Man, that's dynamite, baby. Cause it's like out of sight, honey. On Saturday night. Hey, 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 hey. I'm saying it loudly on Saturday night. On Saturday night. I'm gonna be higher than a kite on Saturday night. On Saturday night. Talk about high cotton, as green as you can breathe. Talking high cotton. And you can imagine the rest of what that song might sound like. I could say something like, and how to smoke it up, and how to smoke that cotton right up. That green cotton, that mighty, mighty green. And everybody be thinking, what the fuck is he talking about? Cotton ain't green. Oh, God damn it, it damn sure is green when you look at them on the bush, isn't it? Yeah, they start spouting white, but look at the fucking plant. It's green. So shut the fuck up. I could be singing a song about that, and y'all just be thinking the worst. Like, oh my God, Country Bob must be smoking pot. Shut the fuck up. What if I am? What if I ain't? See, that's the thing about it that I'm just gonna have to leave you a mystery about. That I ain't even worried about it. Yeah, I do sometimes smoke pot, but I refer to what I smoke as green cotton, as high as you can get it. I'm talking about green cotton. Everybody knows. Can you dig that? That's funny, isn't it? Hold on a minute. Oh shit. I ain't really seen no green cotton out here. Gotta admit. Yeah, you get it occasionally. I mean, if you need some, I don't know, I might be able to hook you up with a couple kind of thing. Follow the pig. Oh, that's funny. A lot of these women have these scents. Excuse me. They do, right? Not all of them is what you would call a particular sexual woman. Some of them is very well known that, well, as long as you know, let them live in your nice house and, you take care of them and you pay them their proper wages for that type of maid service, full service, then, man, she'll be your fucking whatever you want her to be. Even just legally living with you as your maid. She don't give a fuck. And but she puts herself out there like this. See, and that is what's so fucking sleazy about her. Because there's a lot of women that do that exact thing, but it's not spoken of. You never hear of people talking about those women playing them games while they're married to them. See, but you can't tell me they don't know. And then after it goes its course, of course, they divorce and they go about their separate ways. Then that's when you start hearing all this backlog of shit, right? So, as it is in any marriage, it is in any group that exists, period. Now, that's the way I view every new group that I go into. See, Oh shit. I gotta fix that. Oh, that's funny. I'm not even gonna tell you what I did. That's so goddamn funny. Hold on a minute. I knocked something off that should have been knocked off, but I think I might want it back on there. I don't know. I don't know. I don't think so, but it was funny. I'll find out. I'm sure I'll hear about it. Mm, I'm getting a good solid dip of snuff. See, when I'm dipping, sometimes I can be a bit of an artist when it comes to putting just the proper amount right there in my cheek that I'm comfortable with. See, for maybe a prolonged period of time. So you are telling me they're playing a game of follow the pig. Oh yeah, they do a lot of that. There's a lot of coattail riding going on over there. Ain't no doubt about it. I'll see my full share of it. Rob's trying to make me believe he's best friends with Lisa Jordana, more so than even Leaf has ever been. And she's probably just telling him that. Maybe he has tried to be. Now he's trying to take credit for me being on that list. Only when I confronted Elisa about it, she said no. That there was no agreement made between her and Rob whatsoever about any of that. So he can't later come back and say, well, blame it on Elisa, because she flat out answered that over on her Discord. So you can then begin to understand the psychological game that is afoot, right? Even right now, as we speak, or I speak. I recognize this every time that I see it. And Rob is very good at trying to manipulate your brain, but I got news for you, Rob. I seen this coming. You're like so far goddamn on the other side of a goddamn endless field that I would need a really good telescope. The one that could reach out there about 1.5 miles and read your fucking license plate to even see. I mean, you can never see that far back, I guess, because I see this coming that goddamn far away. And you think you're going to run across the field and you're sneaking up on me, right? But that's how not you are. Fuck. So I go over there and I ask Lisa, hey, was it Rob's idea to, or did he in any way ask you or, to anything about, or tell you anything about making me a producer? That he was in favor of that in any way, kind of thing, or anything? And she said, no, absolutely not. So I said, okay. Wow. See, so I just caught you in another lie, Rob. You and Elisa don't have any of those such agreements. She flat out told me she doesn't have any such agreements with you. Now we're back to Rob just being jealous as fuck. Because if I'm a producer, then I do get a certain amount of actual power over there. And he's trying to convince me that I'll just fuck it up even worse than what it is, what we built. You'll just bring it all down. What did you build over there? An active 350 followers that constantly are dropping off? That's not really anything to brag about. You went to one community that was gaining in popularity until a lot of stuff started coming out about them, and now they're losing their community. But anyway, the point is that you guys are at the center of a dying fad right now. Y'all need a whole new direction to go back into, because going this direction was the wrong direction to go to begin with. And you know, this new attitude trend that everybody's seeing Elisa be put into has become all about hate, 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 hate. Just by the very people that she brings on her show and starts agreeing with. 90% of the people are not going to agree with that fucking statement, kind of thing. And this is where she's losing her fan base. There's a bad disconnect between you and her fan base, or you and, like, from the fan base to you and then to her, which means you need a better way of just communicating when you want to say something to that person. Now, I might use it 2 or 3 times. She might use it maybe one time after that, and then come back and maybe another time. It could be one of those things. Who knows? But, you know, you could be talking out for Elisa in Discord for days sometimes. She just gets on that trend. And there is no good communication with that. So you would have to have, like, your own private room right here in this Discord where it's just like me and Elisa, and maybe some of the leaders could go in there, you know, and you could relay a message by simply tagging them right there, right? And that, I don't think I see as lacking in Current Friends under Rob DeHaven. So if we know for a fact, which I do, that they have another private Discord, it could belong to Wits In, it could belong to Rick. But even Wits In admitted to all of this and said it was in fact one of his Discords they were meeting in privately. Because unlike me, they never kicked her out of such a chat like that. Yeah, but it was you guys that plotted against me over there with her that launched all this to begin with. So I was fully within my rights to do whatever I did to defend myself out of all of that. See, y'all had her as a warrior against me for a long time, and you might be losing your steam, because look at where you've taken her show. It was you guys that cost Wendy her old channel, or y'all had a big arm in helping with that. And her new Discord channel over is dead, which means you did run off all of her good fans on YouTube, or people would be joining from her YouTube to her Discord, and you're not seeing a reflection of those numbers, or they would be talking in her Discord. The problem is Team Hate is already running the roost over there, so as long as they're running the roost over there, they're over there together ganging up on everybody, you're never going to see any new fans come into Wendy's server. So I've also offered to Wendy to let me be one of her main moderators over there. And I even gave her a rundown on how I would go about doing that with her to improve her fan page on Discord. So I'll bring her fans back, is what I'm saying. A lot of them. Maybe only a quarter of them, but sometimes you get a much bigger reaction in that. I just don't know with her and the way she's been from page to page. I don't know. But I get a feeling that the more you throw her name out there, Wendy Pack, the more people are going to be likely to see it when they're just, coming through movies to watch or see what live streams is going, because you're going to be seeing them pop up. Then her channel will pop up, see? So it's going to take all of that to get a lot of those fans back for her. And the very people that caused all of that crap is over there right now. Team Hay. Well, what do you expect? You ain't got but one or two people that I've even seen comment that damn thing that I don't even freaking know anyway. See, so I don't care about all that. It's funny. Say, I'm gonna let y'all run, man. I gotta go do my thing. You do? It's about that time. Hey, Zach. I know I look terrible, but sometimes I look really good. But right now, I'm feeling all so good, baby. I'm up there with the clouds, baby love. Yeah, we're gonna spread the love over here, honey bunches, oats. Nothing but the love for you. Ha. And if that means sometimes I have to help escort you out the door, well, that's me being really nice to you, doing you a favor, see? That's the way I look at it, right? I'm helping them not have a problem by having to watch my videos. I mean, God forbid that, right? So you just block them and they're not going to see you anywhere. Go look at your videos anyway. Most of them. The ones that are avid stalkers, man, people stick with you every place you go. I ain't seeing nothing big flying through the air yet. But when I do, you'll be the first to know. But it's about right now, you'd see one if they were in this area. So they'd probably move to another area. So it might be a day or three before we see another eagle or hawk. I did not know them things were hawk that circle like that. But they do hunt like that. So obviously it was a hawk. It had too much white under the wing not to be a hawk. I said, man, I gotta look up what motherfucking kind of eagle that son of a bitch is. But he wasn't near as high as they get, so he apparently looked a lot bigger than he was. But them hawks are really huge hawks. And they are bigger than probably most breeds of eagle. So they are quite a large bird. Like of all of the hawks, the breeds, that one would be the most likely to make a stand against one and be able to live through it. Because he's probably going to kill like the majority of the hawks out there. And anything a lot bigger than him, he's going to fucking run his ass off to get away, get away from him. And he's got the wings to do it. See? He got the fucking wings to get the fuck away from that eagle. So hawks are very, like, they'll be there 1 minute. You'll see them shadowing the eagles because that's exactly what the smart ones do. They're following their predators. And if they come this way a little bit, they run this way. Until that fucking predator circles back the other way. Here they are back to following it. See? Motherfucker, you ain't eat me. Run over here and hide. Look around. Oh, you going that way now? Okay. Yeah, I follow you some more. They're one of them kind of creatures because they're very smart as a predator. So they're not going to willingly engage in combat with any fucking eagle that's around that size or some of them smaller, because he's going to get the shit torn out of him, even if he does win. And that wear and tear will show on him. So trust me when I tell you, the hawk avoids contact with the eagles. But that explains why I didn't see him pop around until the eagles had kind of migrated back down south a little ways. And I seen two different breeds fly over behind that large bush over there. And that was the last time I seen them so far this year. And I know those two were eagles. I even know what kind of eagles they were. And I think one of them was a bald eagle, believe it or not. And the other one was that real white eagle, very spotted with gray. I can't remember what they're called. Anyway, it was one of them kind of eagles. And they were like together moving, getting the fuck on over to somewhere. And then the only thing I seen above was this hawk. And I got to thinking about it. You know, the eagle's not a very big bird for an eagle. He's got a tremendous set of wings. But he's running from this fucking hawk. Which means that hawk, he demands some motherfucking respect from that bald eagle. So that was it. Saw the hawks when they were flying real close up here. Well, Gene was out here with me that night or that day. And yeah, we thought that was an eagle, but it's a fucking hawk. But reading up on their style explains why he's following all of them fucking eagles. Because if he don't follow them, he don't know where they're at, then he's not going to be prepared and expecting an attack. And they'll probably get him if he don't. So it's in his best interest to follow them and to stay alert 24 hours a day. Than to just go about your own business and forget about them and then get ambushed by another flock of fucking eagles. This is the way they think, and that's why they follow eagles. So when the eagles left on down south, he's followed them down there. That's why we ain't seeing them today. That's funny, isn't it? They're all following them brown eagles. Them big motherfucking eagles. So all the birds are lined up following each other, following him. Because they all know better than to fuck with him. Nobody wants to fuck with that fucking eagle. Right? It's a hierarchy thing. So wherever that bird migrates to, him and his flock, for example, you see all of these other breeds of birds, certain breeds of birds following in order. And the hawk clearly has a pecking order in that. And it's up there in between all of the fucking eagles at that level of respect. You get a small eagle like a bald eagle or say one of those eastern eagles, which is a fairly decent sized eagle, but they're not the biggest eagles around town. And that hawk will kill all them fucking birds. Shit. That's how badass that fucking hawk is. The bird, now you get up in the larger eagles, he don't want to fuck with them birds. He's running from all of them birds that was mentioned. Even the one that I said he would kill, because if that bird gets the first attack on him, the eagle's probably going to win that fight too. See, so this bird, he shadows all of them birds because he don't want to fuck with them. He wants to see them coming so he can hightail it, get the fuck out of there until they get tired of chasing him, and then he'll follow them back to their group. They might chase him again. He don't give a fuck. He'll lead them on out of here, and then he'll follow them back. This is what the hawks do. And they're like a fucking yo-yo, man. You can't get rid of the son of a bitch. You know, it just keeps coming back. And the other hawks, a lot of hawks don't do that because they're not tough enough. They don't want to be in a pecking order because they don't want that challenge yet. And eventually they'll get there as they age. But usually see them running in bigger flocks of other too young and too small of a bird. So they act as a gang. That's how they learn the gang mentality. Depending on the breed of bird that you're talking about. Some breeds do that. And so with the hawk, that's one of the breeds that does that. So if you're more apt to see a group and a flock of those hawks flying through here, then we're probably odds are seeing one of them again over the next month. We're going to be very hard pressed to see another one of those owls all month long. So I'm not going to bet on that, seeing that some bitch again for another month. But I could lose that bet. But my bet is I'm going to see a flock of them birds before I'll see another him again. You know, a warrior hawk, a matured hawk, a hawk that knows he can whoop a motherfucker's ass. You know, those birds are a lot more rare than you think, but they're constant here. You know, fuck, man. We're going to see him, but I don't think he lives right around here. And he might have migrated this way for a season, but he'll migrate back before the season's over, most likely. And maybe the family's expanding. Now, if the family's expanding, then I'll probably see him again here before too long. But if that's not the case, I'll see a flock of younger ones flying together somewhere. That way, if any bigger birds fuck with them, they just gang up on it. So nobody really wants to mess with them because they'll probably die in the process. Birds know they can't take you on 101, so they fly around together in a gang called a flock. They flock together. You fuck with one of them, you should call all of them down on you. And that's the way hawks are raised. You find a flock. Oh, hey, what's up, guys? Can I join your flock? Okay, but you got to hang with us. Yeah, that means when we say move, you move. And when we say stop, you stop. And then you do what we do. Whatever we do, that's what you do. And we'll tell you what to do if you're not doing it. Okay, sounds great. When do we go make a kill? I've been wanting to make a kill forever. Like, dude, have you ever actually killed anything yet? Oh, yeah, I got a bunch of field mice back where I live, but I want to expand my horizons a little bit. I see joining this flock, it expands my horizon a lot. I feel like I'm going to eat good around you guys. That's got to be the mentality of that bird, the new bird on the block, right? And of course, he's going to fit right the fuck in because he's going to be getting fed better because he was right. You're going to start seeing kills now. And you're going to see yourself progressing as a hawk, warrior hawk. When you go through all of that trial and error, and then you branch out on your own, and you maybe have been in battles that would have tested you and come out victorious, then you get to become one of them fucking hawks that we've seen that damn near landed on a fucking house up here. And it was that fucking close. So when you go see that hawk with the white bottom into the wing, that's what fucking kind of bird that was when y'all saw it on the live stream. It was fucking hot. And as soon as you see a picture of that, you'll be like, oh, damn. It was a fucking hawk. In fact, it was two of them. That one was the biggest one, though. It came real close. A huge motherfucker, ain't he? Like, shit, man. If you didn't have that reference that that's a fucking hawk, you would have swore it was a fucking eagle, because I did. Because I had never seen another breed of bird that fucking big. Besides some type of eagle. I just assumed it was eagle. I didn't know we had hawks out here that fucking big. God damn. Shut the fuck up. He's bigger than a lot of breeds. Any kind of water breed of eagle of any kind, he's bigger than all of them kind of motherfuckers. And all of the medium size and lower birds that are eagles, he's bigger than all of them motherfuckers put together. There's only a few eagles that are bigger than him around these parts. And we got a lot of eagles here. That's how big that fucking hawk is. Huge motherfucker. Fuck, I couldn't believe it. I never thought I'd see a hawk that big in my whole life. Ever. I'm feeling better, Susan says. Yes, I am feeling better every day. That's absolute. I stay on top of it. Working 9 to 5, learning how to make a living, working 9 to 5. Fuck, I never had a job that was 9 to 5. But I was offered a really unique job that I really wanted to do. That's when I came down with my elements and I could pursue that course in my career. If I ever could and I felt like I could, then I would. But I know better. So I just have to go with the flow sometimes. You dig? Baby love. Baby love, baby love. There goes a certain type of crow that we have here. It's kind of weird looking, isn't he? You actually have that breed up and around the DFW area of Texas, that far up. Probably up into Kansas as well.
Bob.
What's going on? Later.